I'm that rebel. It is the voice of kinetic man full dancing from mystic sensation. The voice of the people. Don't it? I Jamaican need it goes up with that. And all the gas will get to go in. And just that it is motivate. And I'm now where we live. I don't want some before then find out genuine help is that mystic after station. For no corruption and to look at yourself. Jamaica together we are strong. And to take a look at yourself. And make you burn out that corruption. Maybe Jamaicans suffer that destruction. Clearing every hurdle. It's down by the end. One carry the notice, and if you can't find it, no pretend and just
stay tuned. Keep it locked with Mystic Sensation.
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs. I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Hello, welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to everyone. Happy Thursday to those in television land. Happy Thursday to our silent supporters. Happy Thursday to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much as usual for tuning in. Really appreciate each and every one. Today's topic is Root of All Evil with your host Mystic Sensation, which is Baron and Anne-Marie, and Melting Pot will be joining us shortly. Remember guys, when you come in, thumbs up the live, share us out if you can, and if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. And also the membership is still active. And a big shout out to all our channel members. And I want to say before I greet everyone in the chat, a very heartfelt thank you for all the well wishes, all the prayers that everyone sent out. Really appreciate the love. Thank you so much. I am not fully there yet because it's just 2 weeks in surgery, so I'm trying to see how long I can sit up for the live. So I'm gonna try to do the entire live with Baron, but if I can't, then when you see me going, then that means I can't sit down any longer. But blessed love to each and everyone. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for the well wishes. Let me just welcome those in the chat. Don Mel, Beverly, Dorothy McCoy, Damian Goss, Davian Graham, Colleen Stewart, Patel Cruikshank, Maureen Vassell, Winnie Mead, JP, Serene Sue, Madge, Oops, I said Winnie already. Real Black Woman, Valerie Allen, as a God, Jonathan Johns, Valerie Alexander, Elaine Turner, bless up, Monica Hall, Bolo, bless up yourself, maximum respect. Valerie Allen, Joan, welcome, welcome, bless up yourselves. Without any further delay, and over to Byron.
All right. Thank you.
Jack one, bless up.
Thank you, Honey, for that. All right. To my wonderful peeps, right? And the diaspora and locally, want to say thank you for tuning in with Mystic Sensation. Yes, we have some, I would say happy news. Where that is concerned, I have seen certain information that came out right during the course of the week, and which that information somehow sort a little bit misinterpreted. So we are here this morning to correct some of that. Before we get into that though, right, Ratigan will be back on air this Saturday. So please, people, remember to endorse Ratigan this coming Saturday. Right, Ratigan will be coming back with a lot of stuff, and you're going to have some interesting people right over there this Saturday, like Zara Burton and, some other lawyers. Lawyers will be there as well. So Ratigan will be on here on Saturday, and Tuesday Ratigan will be back on Mystic Sensation. So let us just clear the air for that. Right? Now,
And you weren't here on Tuesday.
yes, and I wasn't here on Tuesday. I was in Jamaica, right? Doing some stuff because I have to run down, right, as a result of an emergency. Right. I spent 2 days in Jamaica, and I am back here, right? And it was one of the occasion in terms of me meeting up with my brother, who is an artist, right, who had done that intro for me as well, right? So we are here back in this to do the people's business. We'll be touching on dark clouds, right, that hanging over Jamaica. And in Jamaica, I want to tell you that where you have a corrupted leader, right, and a wicked ruler, the nation suffers, right? And we are seeing some of that, right? Now we are going to touch some of those dark clouds. We'll be speaking about Andrew Holness case, right? Quick case, right? And there is no love there for Andrew Holness. And I want people, I think some people getting, I would say, sort of tired of the dragging out. But I have good news, right? And of course, we are going to be touched on the plan to sabotage, right? We have seen Emily Shields, who came out, and I am surprised of Emily Shields, so much surprised of Emily Shields, right? Reading a document and totally create a narrative, right? Totally away from the document. And yet, she said that she's so-called intelligent, right? But I know that it was a deliberate thing to, mislead the Jamaican people. So we are going to clear up all of that, right? We'll be touching, right, on some of the serious situation as it relates to corruption, right, that committed by the Prime Minister. We are going to get into that detail. And let me say this, Jamaican people, Andrew Holness is in totally serious bind. I am not asking him that, right? I am telling him that Andrew Holness in problem. So without any delay, let me just utilize the time to bring Melting Pot in the space to meet and greet, and then we get into the business of the day where our people are concerned. Melting Pot, meet and greet.
Pleasant afternoon to everyone tuning in. This afternoon is a blessed afternoon. I must say welcome back to our technical director, Anne-Marie.
Thank you.
Good to see you back in the hot seat. And as you, you know, Lord Byron, big up yourself. You know, the man are the host. And to everyone out there, love, much blessing. This afternoon we shall, you know, dissect as usual and bring the facts, credible one. So without any further ado, and back the floor to the host.
Thank you, leading batsman, melting pot, right? Now, let us get into our first document. I want to say this before I present this document. Never in the history of our politics, right, where an administration been plagued with situation in terms of countries issuing travel advisory, warning, right, their citizens, right, to be mindful when they are going to Jamaica, or be on the alert, high alert. And it is the Andrew Holness administration where this has happened, right? You have Canada, right? United States issuing travel advisory, and now Germany, right? So we are going to get into that. And just to show you, right, in terms of what Andrew Holness is spinning and talking about the reduction of crime and so forth and so forth, Andrew Holness only can tell some people in Jamaica this, right? Because the external entities don't believe a word what he said. Don't believe a word what he said because they know that he's corrupted and they know that he's a liar, right? So in terms of him spinning what he can spin in Jamaica as it relates to Jamaican politics and who he can talk to, because, you know, they are myopic, right, thinkers, right? The Andrew Holness administration cannot fool, right, external entities like first world countries. Can't. And so that they are issuing their people, right, to say, don't believe in terms of what the Prime Minister is saying, that crime is under control and so forth. Don't believe it, right? We are issuing travel advisory to our citizens. Let us show the proof where that is concerned without any delay on it. UK joins Jamaica, Afghanistan, Kenya, and so forth, right? Where that is concerned, let us show that document, right, and show, right, the status that Jamaica, right, is in. And as I said, never before, right? Now here it is, my Jamaican people. UK joins Jamaica, Afghanistan, Kenya, and Andorra as Germany issues high-level travel advisory for fall 2025 with increasing risk in key travel hotspots, right? And this is what plagued the Andrew Holness administration. As I said, he can spin whatever he wants to spin to some Jamaican people who are gullible, right? Well, I mean, first world countries and other countries who know better, they are not taking Andrew Holness spin. Here it is. Germany has issued a travel warning for fall 2025 as global travel becomes more uncertain. The UK, Jamaica, Afghanistan, Kenya, and Andorra are all on high alert because the risk in these popular travel destinations are rising. Jamaican people, you hear that, right? Germany is saying, right, the risk, right, is rising. So that go against what Andrew Holness administration is saying, that, you understand, they are dealing with crime and they are the only administration, right, to reduce, right, the crime from that to God he knows, right? And yet in the previous administrations, all previous administration prior to Andrew Holness administration, never have all these countries issuing travel advisory against Jamaica, Canada, Germany, United States. Never before, but yet his administration is the one that dealing with crime and, you know, reducing crime. Stupid. That is so stupid. The UK is worried about security because of terrorist attacks and political unrest. While Jamaica is dealing with rising crime rates. Right? I will say no more. And I will, you know, just let me just read a little bit further on the document. Jamaica is dealing with rising crime rates. So no matter what Andrew Holness spin, in Jamaica, he only can spin that in Jamaica and spin that to his base who believe him, like a Big Mama, Emily Shields, and the PSOJ, the PIOJ, and those people, right, who in his corner, right, as it relates to criminality. Only those people he can spin with this. They know too that he's lying, right? Under Taliban rule, Afghanistan is still plagued by violence and kidnapping. Kenya is still very vulnerable to terrorist threats and political instability in some areas. Andorra, on the other hand, is still pretty safe. But there have been more petty crimes, and legal problems for travelers. Germany is telling its citizens to think twice about going to these places or to be very careful because of these growing threats, and include Jamaica, where the increase in crime is happening while Andrew Wallace is singing to his base that, of course, he is the only administration that dealing with crime. Let us kick that away, all right, because we are not really interested in this bite of document. I'm not going to make the opening batsman run over for this. But the second document is where I'm going to utilize, of course, our opening batsman. Let us get into the second document, right, where it is quite interesting to us, right? Let us get into the second document, all right, and bring up that first witness in a rural read and co-accused. This is interesting, my people, very interesting, and I have something to say. I know that Milton Pot has something to say about this. First witness in rural read, co-accused, fraud trial to take stand on Thursday. Right, here it is, published October 13, 2025. We are giving you some fresh goodies from out of the bag. Right, the first witness is to take the stand on Thursday in the multi-million-dollar fraud trial involving former Education Minister Rural Reid and others. That means it should be happening today, after the presiding judge granted the order for indictment and denied the defense application for a further adjournment. Rural Reid is in trouble. Rural Reid is in trouble. Defense attorney Hugh Wildman had objected to the indictment order, arguing last Wednesday that statement collected by the Financial Investigation FID or by police officers acting under the FID's direction were obtained illegally and therefore could not support the indictment necessary for the case to proceed. I'm sorry, Hugh Wildman. You know, as I said, you are one of the lawyers I respect a lot, but trust me, on this one, we are going to ask you to step aside, sir. Step aside now and let the case proceed. All right. Wildman maintained that the FID lacked legal authority. No, Mr. Wildman, I do disagree, sir. I do disagree with you. To investigate, collect statement, or delegate policy officers to act on its behalf. Mr. Wildman, you need to refresh yourself as it relates to the memorandum that's signed between FID, right, and MOCA, and even external entities. You need to be aware of that memorandum, sir, right? So FID is doing what FID ought to be done, and they are acting responsibly, sir. He heard Senior Parish Judge Sanchia Burrell sitting in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court to dismiss the case unless the Crown could produce independent statement to support the indictment. Well, the judge is telling you that you're wrong. And the judge is telling you that he's proceeding because FID did not step out of bounds, sir. Right? And so then the judge didn't grant you that. So that is your first sign, right, of weakness in terms of your defense. In response, lead prosecutor Ashtel Steele contended that Wildman's application was premature and should be raised during a trial. She further argued that the officers involved, though acting under FID Act, retained the powers of police officers under the Constabulary Force Act and were legally empowered to act. And I'm glad I read this final paragraph there, right? And providing that whether FID want to call them in or so forth, remember, Mr. Wildman, that Jamaica Constabulary Force, per the Constitution, right, is responsible to investigate any entity for corruption and crime. There is no exception. Straight through Jamaica, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Constitution had given them such a power, right, to investigate, right, for crimes and corruption. So there again, Mr. Wildman, you have it wrong. Steele also pointed out that while Wildman cited a ruling by Chief Justice Brian Sykes, he failed to reference full court and Court of Appeal decisions affirming that issues of admissibility should be addressed at trial. Beryl agreed, stating she could not determine the admissibility of the evidence before it was presented in court. The judge further pointed to the Parish Courts Act, which she noted outlines a step to be taken before a trial proceeds, including the granting of the indictment order. Burrell, after hearing the allegations despite further objection from the defense, stated that she saw no reason to deny the order, noting that the details presented were sufficient to warrant its approval. The defense had also sought a 10-week adjournment, citing late service of voluminous material and the need for additional preparation time. Whatever time you want to prepare, we have given Roy Reid and his defense team has much time. We have gone a couple of years in this case, right? Full time now. The judge rejected the request. Of course, the judge is going to reject that request, noting the complexity and the length of the case, which has been ongoing for 6 years. Come on, come on. Now, she emphasized the court's responsibility to manage its resources and time efficiently. After further the submission today, defense attorney requested a shorter delay until next Tuesday. The judge, however, ruled for the continuation of case management and directed the Crown to provide the defense with the order in which the first 10 witnesses would be called. The judge is not playing. This judge is extremely serious to assist in preparation for cross-examination. So all the thing what you, Wildman, and the other defense team want to do, the judge is proceeding, my brother. The judge is proceeding. Roy Reid, his wife Sharon, daughter Cheryl Farmer, Caribbean Maritime University President Professor Fitz Pinnock, and Jamaica Labour Party Councillor Kim Brown Lawrence are on trial for alleged involvement in a fraud scheme exceeding $25 million at the Ministry of the Education and CMU. They face multiple charges, including breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act, conspiracy to defraud, and violations of the Proceed of Crime Act. My. Now take it away, honey. I know very much that this is problem. And you know, Jamaica, before I bring in Melting Pot, let me say this to some of my wonderful listeners. I don't want you to be misguided by other people who, you know, don't really trust the judiciary system. I trust it, right? And I'm telling my listeners that justice is going to prevail, right, where this case is concerned. And I'm seeing the signs and the indications of that, right? Now, without any delay, let me just bring in Melting Pot in the space. Melting Pot.
Yes, sir, Byron. Boy, may I tell you, who could imagine that these people would be still asking for more time?
Exactly.
After 6 years. You know, but I like the stand where the judge, you know, take. The judge is not being, you know, partial with nobody in this circumstance. Because after 6 years, the judge knows that this case needs to go forward, you know.
Yes.
And here is Wildman now trying to form a defense, Royal Reid, and his other 4 accomplices. But there's no defense, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
You understand? Because we all know what took place with education funds. You understand? And we all know that them create 28 bank accounts for students to deposit their fund for Caribbean Maritime Union. But, you know, put that aside.
Yes.
A lot of cases in Jamaica has been, you know, in the, what you call, melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
The two and can't melt. You understand? Them in the melting pot too long. Because we know what them trying to do. They are trying to run down the clock as it relates
Exactly.
to statistician. Yeah, but everybody is adverse to this type of tactics that over the Jamaica Labour Party use. And so the judge is fully aware of what they are trying to achieve. And the judge is not playing no game with them. The judge serious, very serious too. So when Wildman know about rebuke feed, yeah, so them lack legal authority. Wildman, look like inside of your head gone wild and crazy. Because I can't believe a man with your authority, yeah, I will pass this against feed that them lack authority. Feed have all the authority, man. They are there for money laundering, theft and all these things, anything to do with finance. So the judge said, go ahead with the case. Comes what me. No, just look how Wildman tie up himself. Wildman all that said the police them, you know, not have all the legal rights to act. And the judge make him know so well them have all legal rights to act in a case, because them do investigation. So exactly. I ask one this question now. If the police them can't act in the matter, who will investigate?
There you go.
I can't be, you know, it cannot be, you know, Wildman. This is why we pay police for work in a correct manner and do investigation where investigation need to be done. Yeah, so all the hanky-panky where them are going with, it just not going to work because Jamaica suffer, you know, at the hands of these criminals. Yeah, and these are some of the things that outside world have been hearing about Jamaica. This is why even Germany, you know, yeah, I refer to it on them travel advisor because all crime are crime. You understand? Society that gone rogue, you know. Nobody no want to participate tonight, not even for holiday. So we like the stand that the judge is pursuing at the moment. And read it, you know your time come. Yeah? Because you've been playing devil's advocate with Jamaican, you know, coming out and all trying to make yourself look, you know, very much as if you're an accomplished citizen. You're not an accomplished citizen. You're a rogue citizen. Nobody even wants to see you. You understand? But Andrew Goldness can really, you know, parade people like you. Because in an Andrew space now, you look like somebody. But not the wider society and nobody. You're far and wide too. Because every Jamaican hear about where you're going with, you know. And I mean, we know our kids, them suffer at the hands of you and your unscrupulous behavior. But you get the pattern from Andrew. So this is why Andrew back you to this point. But you're Andrew in the same boat as still right now, you know. You see how God work things, that the two are under investigation one time for two separate crimes. You understand? Because when you think so you are planning, gotta wipe out things. Yeah, and it comes to the time now where we see our Jamaican people are moving consciously now and not being afraid to apply whatever measures there is to be applied. Exactly. Yeah, because our people now, you know, start to break away from this tendency of when them feel threatened by certain high-profile people in our society, you know. Yeah, them dash with the muzzle now. Yeah, everybody are come out now because things gone too bad. And when you look at the fact of the matter, say the people that were duly elect to run the country, who not create the most crime. Yeah, who not create the most crime, you know. Because Andrew only started them foolishness them there. And so right away, Germany have to take stance. Because when Andrew thinks well, then we're back out in the society, yeah, it's something will look good. It might look good around for them circles, but on the wider scale, it not look good, it not sound good, it bad. So we know so well then we want to judge them now to start work, yeah, and prison who forgot prison, yeah, and do the right thing, yeah. Cause let me tell you, read, Jamaica want the money still, you know. You forgot prison and run back the money because you've been highly played by society. Yeah, you have a privileged job, you know. We give you a status in a society where you're supposed to stand predominantly. But me don't know if Andrew draw you down in the shit pit or you decide to jump down in there with Andrew. But anyhow, the two of them find themselves in a shit pit right now. Yeah. And we like the smell of it because for once the judge is working and we don't have a corrupted DPP like Paul Alwyn to play the obstacle in the judge way. So we don't say this case here have to go up on the gravy train. And gravy time now for the Jamaican people. Yeah. Gravy time. Because we didn't take the stake, you know. Yeah, Andrew take the stake and pin up on your wife and the other individual. Yeah. Brown Lawrence. Kim Brown Lawrence, yeah. Well, I want to control the spoil, man. So the Jamaica people know time to get the gravy and smile. We want to see big officials in Jamaica start prison. Because these are the people that is mashing up the country. Not the little ghetto youth them. The ghetto youth them now have nothing to do with what going on in Jamaica right now. Are people in a privileged role in a society and mash up Jamaica. I want to think so well then go on the power won't have, you know, can distribute it in a hard fascist. Yeah, no. No, we're not bigger than the law. The law must take its course. We are all Jamaican and the ghetto youth them can't face the penalty. We don't face it too. There's no two law in Jamaica is one law and all crime are crime. Yeah, criminal act cannot be determined as something else. It's criminal act. You know you put your hand in the cookie jar. Yeah, because you have a helper, you know, elderly woman, you know. Yeah, that you did something that's supposed to sink you from day one. I have never heard of anyone in your status position. Yeah, who asks them employee to open an account in earning, but the money is yours and the card go back to you. That alone sink you. Stupid.
Yes, Melting Pot, a solid point that you have made, right? So it seems like Melting Pot having some Wi-Fi issues there.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Melting Pot, you're back. Go ahead. Yeah, close off Melting Pot. Yeah.
I don't know who advise real reading because, you know, Andrew did use him as him advisor when him a Ministry of Education. But it seems like real reader have nobody to advise him. Yeah. Because the him use this lady and work the account. That alone work the case. Yeah.
Exactly.
And for him implicate the taxi driver again as a man where I do catering. That alone sink him on top of it. So the case is open and cut and dry as far as I'm concerned. I don't know why it runs 6 years. And I don't know why they want to, you know, ask some more time to prepare documents and all this thing. 6 years and I don't prepare the document. So they have a plan to run down the clock. Jamaican people, them did a plan to run down the clock. That's why they're not prepared. Because they feel like so the judge them know, you know, catch them afraid and intimidated by the powers that be. No, the judge them release the shackle, yeah, and them gonna use the chain, you know. I yield back the floor.
Thank you for that, Melting Pot. Thank you for that. Now I'm going to bring up another document that I really love. But you know, some people reading it, right, really misconstruing the purpose of what was communicated in the document as it relates to courts grants stay in onus, right, challenge against the Integrity Commission, right? And some people believe that, okay, all right, Andrew Holness succeeded. And no, Andrew Holness failed miserably again in this. This again tells me that our justice system is working. So let me just bring up that document and go through it for people, right? For some of the people who are misconstruing this information. Right, let us put it up, right? If we don't notice people, Big Mama and those people, they are not running out. Because this is an embarrassment for Andrew Holness. Court grants stay in onus challenge against Integrity Commission. Now, Andrew Holness, let me ask you. Now you run go take out motion against the Integrity Commission, and it is embarrassing now that you and your lawyers now right? Talking about stay, indefinite stay, right? Because you don't want the judge to pronounce any judgment because you know that you are in the red. You know that you're wrong and you don't want to be further embarrassed. Let us get into this document because this is the document that I love. Now, here it is. I'm not even going to play the video. I want to read it. Now, the legal challenge mounted by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness against the Integrity Commission report into his finances has been stayed indefinitely by the Supreme Court. Andrew, you should have shame of yourself. This now tells Jamaica that you are guilty, sir. You are guilty. Let me just remind Jamaica something before we get into biting this piece of this document. I love this. I love this. I love this. Now, let me say this. If Jamaican people remember the case with Zara Burton investigating Andrew Holness, and Andrew Holness getting lawyers to sue Zara Burton, well, guess what? Andrew Holness has lost the case. Andrew Holness has lost the case with Zara Burton. Simply means that everything that Zara Burton communicated on, right, is the bill of truth. So then likewise with this, when Andrew Holness run and take out motion, you realize that the road that you were going down is self-destructive, right? And the lawyers advise you, right, to stop it. So this is what this is about. Where, imagine now, this now should tell every single Jamaican and those who are defending you, Big Mama, Emily Shields, and all of those people who are defending you, that you are guilty as dead.
But all of this could have been settled if he just provide the documentation that they've been asking for
Yes.
years to validate all of what he says he has.
Yes. So let us also bite down in more. The stay was granted on Tuesday when the case came up for hearing before the Judicial Review Court, right? Dr. Holness and his attorneys were granted the stay pending the outcome of their appeal against an August ruling by the Supreme Court to reject his push to dismiss an affidavit by the IC's Director of Information. Also in this, he's a failure. No.
What I'm getting from that is
yes,
the stay was granted based on the fact that they're awaiting the ruling from this affidavit, from this dismissal that he wanted for the affidavit from the IC Director of Information, the one that he wanted them to say, to redact some of what was in it.
Yes.
So based on them awaiting that ruling, then he got the stay of execution because nothing can proceed until they figure that part out.
But again,
getting from that,
you're correct, on it. But again, it is non-productive. It is non-productive because the information is out there already.
So I don't know where they're going with that.
Exactly. Where is he going with that? All the information that he's trying to secure is already out there in the public. So this makes no sense.
Because he's already he filed the motion before it was thrown out in the public. Then I guess they still have to go through with it, but whether it's redacted or
whether it's
after the fact.
It's after the fact. The information is out there already. Right? Now, Justice Althea Jarrett had dismissed the application by Dr. Holness and 3 connected companies to strike out part of the Director of Information affidavit as being scandalous, irrelevant, and an abuse of process. So the judge strike out that to say that, right, all of the information that was there was indeed collected on the basis, right, evidence base, right, and it was properly done, right, and it was relevant to the situation. All right, so let us read and break that down. The judge held that the evidence is relevant to the claim and that the Director of Information had a duty to disclose the information. Bang, bang, bang. Lose there. So again, in December last year, the Prime Minister was granted leave by the Supreme Court to seek judicial review in his battle with the Integrity Commission. This followed the IC's refusal to certify his declaration and referring the case to the Financial Investigation Division, right? In the controversial 171-page report, the IC's Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, said he could not conclude on the question of illicit enrichment, highlighted unexplained financial discrepancies in Dr. Holness' 2021 income filings, and raised questions about tax compliance and transactions over 470 million involving connected companies and tax compliance. Andrew Holness, you are in a lot of trouble. So the only thing I can look at this is, okay, how long you can play delay tactics and what you're going to do in terms of when, you know, things come up to bomb. And Jamaica, looking on this now in terms of my subjective opinion, let me just argue. If FID did have anything over there that vindicate Andrew Holness, information would have leaked to Big Mama. Andrew Holness would want that to come out, and he would want would claim to exonerated, right? But what this is going to telling all of us, that over by FID, they are looking at some serious situations involving the Prime Minister. And his friend can't help him. Trust me, his friends cannot help him. Who are trying to help Andrew Holness, they can't help him. Can't help him. The IC, we said it could not certify the income declaration, preferred the matter to the Financial Investigation, referred the matter to the Financial Investigation Division, citing the Prime Minister's failure to provide expense detail. Well, guess what? He can't provide them. And he will never able to provide them.
So if he was able to, we wouldn't have all of this conundrum that is happening how many years now.
He's in
all
trouble.
They simply ask for is a documentation to validate his enrichment.
And there is no way he can provide.
He can't. All they've been asking for.
And looking on it, on it. Remember, you know, what people need to understand in terms of we are reading this document and breaking it down. It is from 2016, the investigation began, you know. 2016.
That's why I said so many years.
And
they've been asking for just simple documentation.
Yes, and then a special investigator, right? When we hear Big Mama and other people is saying that the special investigator, right, talking about 28 bank accounts and where nothing like that and where blah blah. It is that special investigator cause the Integrity Commission investigators to start to look way back in 1998. It is that special investigator. So what Big Mama and Emily Shields and trying to swing to people that there is no 28 account existed and so forth and so forth. They are just spinning things over there. They can't say Andrew Holness really and truly. It is that same special investigator on it that caused the case, the IC, to look back way back in 1998, which revealed that the Prime Minister was Ponzi scheme up in. Which reveal the cash plus, the whole saga. This is nasty for the Prime Minister.
But all of that, remember, came out of the mouth of the Prime Minister.
Exactly. Nasty for the Prime Minister. Take away this document. Right? So, Jamaica, the Prime Minister is in some serious predicament. Serious predicament. And based on what I'm looking on, right? There's nothing. He cannot be helped. He cannot be helped. Let me tell you something, Jamaica. Don't pay attention to the spinning of Big Mama and Emily Shields and coming out and blah 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 blah. Them are just spinners. Them are just deflectors. Look here. They don't even know them head from them foot. I tell you that. Them don't even know them head from them foot. So I am telling you that Andrew Holness is in some serious. Now, can you imagine that Andrew Holness and him liar is now pushing for indefinite stay? Then Andrew, let me ask you a question. No, you run on for the IC. Want to say that the IC, the accuser wrongfully, the IC, the this and the IC, the that and the IC, all sort of manner of evil. But here you are now, you understand, because you don't want the judge to make a ruling on it. You understand, you know, and your lawyers, you understand, is seeking now indefinite stay because you don't want the judge to make a rule on it. You're further embarrassed. You understand, because
As yet.
Because
it's pending the outcome
right?
of the other one.
And yes, it's pending the outcome of the previous, right? So then it is going to be bang around. Look here, Jamaican people. Let me say this. For the next few months ahead, Jamaica Labour Party in trouble. Andrew Holness in trouble. Andrew Holness in trouble. And let me tell Andrew Holness this. Let me, providing that the court find Rural Reid guilty, it is going to be the breaking point.
Domino effect.
It is going to be a domino effect. Domino effect. Remember, people, I am saying this to you. Remember, Mystic Sensation. Today, Thursday, the what, 16th or 15th?
Oh my goodness.
Thursday, 15th, 16th. Remember, my Jamaican people, Mystic Sensation. I am not those who believe that, one of those who believe that, look, nothing is not happening on the judiciary and getting tired and getting weary. Based on what I'm seeing, it gives me all the cause to be happy because remember now, I've been telling you time and time that the judiciary, Jamaica judiciary, and they are not going to let me down. Jamaican judiciary system, the jurisprudence is solid. You hear me? I want to know. Remember that Mystic Sensation one, you know. Our jurisprudence is solid. And me not take back my talk. All right. Without any delay, let me bring in Melting Pot. No, Melting Pot, come into the space. All right. Big things are going on, man.
Well, I mean, if Andrew them did a cover, yeah, we're in the IC report because them was going into an election period. It can't cover up no more. Election done. They have to reveal now. So I better you just tell the people that Jamaica say, yes, you're guilty of your ban. Because remember, you know, the affidavit is your word. Yeah. So when you and your lawyer no want to steal, yeah, but steal for the what? You can't get no stay in this, man. From 20, this is from 1998, by the way, people.
Yeah.
From 1998, Andrew don't declare nothing sensible to the Integrity Commission. So obviously, all of
Okay, brother Melting Pot, Wi-Fi is giving some bit of, but okay, he's back. All right, go,
yeah.
brother Melting Pot. Out again. All right, Wi-Fi issues. You know it go. It is technology. Sometimes you have them sort of thing that really act up. All right, Melting
Pot. Never been able to certify, right? Yeah. And so we can have this as business as usual, you know. Yeah, because I'm just supposed to set, you know, the example as the chief civil servant of the country. Yeah. But here is Andrew. Them don't sign the code of conduct while the People's National Party them sign the code of conduct. Right? Secondly, them put gag order on the Integrity Commission and all these things. And them have so much hanky-panky business when no other government never attached themselves to. You understand? Even the opposition, they make them become defenseless, can't defend themselves because they're not privy to nothing as it relates to the committee that preside over government procurement guideline. You understand? So Andrew is just a criminal from day one. And time catch up with Andrew now and I have to realize, well then, you have to face the penalty, my brother. Rural Reid have face fee money, you have to face your own. And the two of them have dealt the same fate. None of them can get away, they can escape prison, they must be charged. Because the example have to be upheld. It can't be just the small people them suffer the fate of criminal justice while Uno never get nothing like that. No, Andrew, you're guilty. And the right thing for you to do is come out and make a public statement to Jamaica on your behalf and tell Jamaica, say you're sorry for the crime where you commit. that still not going to help you. But at least it will preserve some of your image. Yeah, even though you don't have none. But at least people say, well, and they come out eventually and tell the truth. All the money where you have onto your wages can't give. You set up so much shell company. Yeah, you've been hiding your business from the Integrity Commission as it relates to what you declare. You understand? And you've been using a system to fraud the Integrity Commission. Now, if the Integrity Commission find out, say, well, then.
Okay, so all right.
My back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good, melting pot. Go on.
Based on what the Integrity Commission have for you, Andrew, there's no way you can get out of this situation. Yeah, your wealth, your salary can't give. I remember you don't pay tax in Jamaica. You've been avoiding tax for a long time as well. So your situation is sticky. And Jamaica people, we have to understand and realize that this man is not the man for run the country. He's a criminal. He's a criminal prime minister who farm a criminal network of people around him. And we see where everybody thief the money out of the country. Put the country in a state where the country on its back foot. Can't go forward. Yeah, and it's as a result of Andrew Holness, who don't set any example. A man who try to amass a wealth where he can use in his lifetime. Him and his wife don't seem to have any ending in this wealth where they must start after. They have all type of business in Jamaica, unregulated business, don't register people on the hearsay, but people know say the truth. You understand? 150 truck and all these things, stopping poor people from eating food, while poor people are paying to do a job. Yeah, and the worst prime minister we get enough. No prime minister never come and turn the country upside down. And to turn the country upside down and inside out. Andrew, you have to face the penalty, my brother. I'm like, all of the judges now are proceed with them case I want to try run down the clock pan. Because you run down the clock pan one before, and you fly out. Because you make it, you're so devious now yourself. You know everything where that go, because you have the DPP strike 5 them time there. So when you do, you just take a flight out of the country, and when you come back in, you have a mass of people there at the airport and wait and sing Don't You Trouble Zion. I want you to sing it this time. I want you to sing Don't You Trouble Zion this time.
Exactly.
You think you come exalt yourself on Jamaican with your ignorant self and your ego and your dictatorship style. Sing Don't You Trouble Zion. And why you get the whole of the people at the courthouse, Supreme Court? Because I tell you, Zion I got too much for you this time. Yeah? Because some lion down at Zion, brother. I tell you, it's not go good for you.
No.
It's not go good for you, Andrew. Time come. Yeah? So all your anti-punky, your thief election just to stay out of prison, it can't help you. Because you're the African prison. Yeah? Nobody now play devil's advocate with you no more, Andrew. Because everybody hurting. The way you evil and devious, you know you got prison, you have to put all 15 years on the look you them tie gun. Because you know you got prison, you know. So you just mash up the place. We know where we're going. We know where we're going. But you see that I told where they're on, you have to come down and I got the floor to my brother.
All right. Thank you for that melting pot. Now we are going to get into more interesting document. Now we want the Governor General to come in front of the class and Emily Shields, right? Wanting to blame the IC. Crazy. And now we understand why, of course, Andrew Holness did give you an award, right? To say them bullshit the way I say out of your mouth, Emily Shields, right? So this is a document that we are going to break down. And I am wondering, Emily Shields, where your IQ lie? Because trust me, it doesn't seem like you have any IQ. Now, let us get into this. Jamaica Gleaner, leadership vacancies cripple IC's work. We are going to get into that and break that down for the people. Now, Governor General, you know, Mr. Allen, let me say this to you, sir. You ought to be the Governor General for Jamaica. You are not Andrew Holness, Governor General. You are not the JLP Governor General. And it is time for you to get it in your head. Let me say this and set the record straight. Mainstream media is not going to say what I'm going to say today because they are censored. We on social media, we are not censored. So then we are going to speak of the truth. We are going to dip into the bag, right? And we are going to take all the items that you're hiding and we are going to expose them. So, Mr. Governor General, let me say this to you because you're acting way above your head. And I ask you that. Tell me to tell you that. You, Governor General, right? You are now just showing Jamaica that you are operating as it relates to Andrew Holness' extended arm. Because we have seen Andrew Holness' extended arm been working through the criminal justice system, you know, as it relates to how he corrupted the Commissioner of Police, right? How he corrupted the Minister of National Security. Well, I mean, he didn't have to corrupt Horace Strang because Horace Strang abandoned corruption that, right? DNA and chromosome. Yeah, him is just, you understand, him is just corruption. But Andrew Holness love him because he's corrupted. And we see that prior to the DPP, the former DPP, right, exit office, right, he also corrupted the DPP. Yes, Paula Llewellyn, you can spin what you want to spin and go on like, you understand, as it relates to your testicular fortitude, right, because you're about big and broad and you're afraid of nobody. But you're corrupted, Paula. You're corrupted, you're a corruption, you're 100% corruption. As I said earlier, that mainstream media is censored. You understand? When it comes to mystic sensation, you get living fire around us and on pettings, not around us a few. Now, let me come around now and talk up the truth now and defend the IC. You, Emily Shields, want to try to create a narrative, right, as it relates to High C, right? Want to put blame on the IC. Let us read through the document. Now, the Integrity Commission, Jamaica leading anti-corruption agencies, has been operating without 3 of its top leaders for weeks. A development that could significantly undermine its ability to prevent, detect, and prosecute corruption. This paragraph here, this paragraph is to show Jamaica what Andrew Holness is doing. Trying to sabotage. As we say, mainstream media is not going to call it out, you know. But this morning, me make sure me carry out the belt, you know. So Andrew Holness, we talk already, you know. So while you have been under investigation, you should have taken away yourself. But what you are there doing, right? Trying to obstruct, right? Trying to obstruct investigation and do all sort of manner of evil because I know say you get down into the Governor General ears. You that do this, Andrew Holness. May I put the blame supposed to lie. Because what you want to do? You want to prevent, detect, and prosecute corruption. You want to stop that? Because the IC is investigating you. You want to stall them. A delaying tactics you want to utilize. No, Andrew Holness, you're really that desperate? You're really that desperate? And, you know, Governor General, honestly to God, I am so much disappointed. You really corrupt? You really show your hand in a this say you're corrupt? You are really telling Jamaica that you are a GLP political operative, sir? At this right, yes, sir. And we are going to show the people that it is you. It is you who blocking the appointments. Me never know, say, when it comes to employment as it relates to the IC making a referral for an appointment, that you are now going to challenge their referral. Come on, Governor General. Have you ever challenged any referral coming from the Prime Minister? No. No. And the reason why you are challenging the referral is to the fact that the IC investigating the Prime Minister and calling out the Prime Minister wrongdoing. Hey, Governor General, no, I have to talk about things, you know. No, I have to talk about things, you know. You what me say? Don't me have to talk about things, you know. Because Andrew Holness mix up in a Ponzi scheme, you know. And you in it too, you know. Hey, now me have to come talk out the business today, you know. Because you and Andrew Holness mix up in a Ponzi scheme, you know. But you know, sound like I talk about in business, although I say I don't talk about in business. You sound like
I hear you.
Oh, I forgot to nobody else now here.
I mean, I have talking about
Hey, now I have to talk about the business, you know, Governor General. I mean, you know, no joking, you know, I'm well serious, you know. As I said, mainstream media now will call you out, you know. But this morning, I come for you. Now I'm going to show the people that we shot you to prevent this. In order to give the IC teeth, you're out and bright, you know. And you are corrupted. Likewise, Andrew Holness, you are corrupted. But the whole phrase said, show me your company and I tell you who you are. Birds of a feather flock together. We can't believe that you're participating in this, Governor General. You're worthless. You're a worthless man. No wonder why you find yourself in a Ponzi scheme. As of last week, the crucial post of executive director, you know, director of corruption prosecution, and director of information and complaints remain vacant. Why they remain vacant, Governor General? 3 crucial posts in order to make investigation proceed. Why you seize on the appointment? What you know about the people them, Governor General? Let me ask you a question. What you know about the people them that you decide, right, that you are going to seize on their appointment? And let me ask you a question. If it is then that you know anything about them, why you not come out and speak what you know about them? The only thing we know about them is that they are investigating Andrew Holness. So that is sufficient to the fact that they are investigating Andrew Holness. In fact, that they are investigating your Ponzi scheme, friend. Is that sufficient for you not to approve their appointment? You're out order and bright. Me say you're out order and bright. These roles are central to enforcing the Integrity Commission Act and ensuring the agency functions effectively. A cripple you want to cripple the agency. Cripple you don't want to cripple the agency. But how long Andrew Holness can do this? Andrew Holness, how long can you do this? I'm sorry for you, you know. I'm sorry for you. The commission confirmed to the Sunday Gleaner that it had submitted recommendations. See the people? See the evidence there? And I take up for the Integrity Commission and I tell you what the people them doing now. I tell you what I see doing now. So all of you, Emily Shields, what a sing. You understand? Because you get your award. Eh? You know, see, that's what Emily Shields. The commission confirmed to the Sunday Gleaner that it had submitted recommendations to the Governor General, Sir Patrick Allen, for appointment to the DCP and executive director post. You never see this part, Emily Shields. Political operative Emily Shields. You never see this. And you never see the paragraph, yeah. Because you run out for the IC. You run out from the IC, like the IC is to be blamed. You never see this. You never see the IC sent to him. See there? The commission confirmed to the Sunday Gleaner that it had submitted recommendations to Governor General Sir Patrick Allen for appointments to the DCP and Executive Director post. You never see this Emily Shields when they had to run out and I try to spin your political narrative. You never see this. Now, while gaps in appointment earlier this year might have been linked to wider changes at the helm, including the chairmanship, a reliable source who spoke on condition of the anonymity told the Sunday Gleaner that the nomination for an executive director was submitted in July. Emily Shields. You never see this, Emily Shields. While the recommendation for the new DCP was made earlier. You never see that. This means they were submitted in time for a smooth transition from the acting period to the new appointment. So Emily Shields, you never see this. You think me no watch you? More watch you now. We run out and I sat and I listened to you and I said, my God. Even although she read the paragraph, she came out and she spin the narrative. This is how wicked and demonic you are, Emily Shields. You should be ashamed of yourself. So you mean now that because of the love of money and the love of getting a award, that you are going to know the truth, and even when you read the damn thing, you misconstrued it with a misinformation and a disinformation. Even when you read it, I'm see at one point in Emily Shields, when I read it, I look at your face, and you realize that what you really are saying is really effed up. We see you start to tone it down, But this goes to how evil you are, Emily Shields. How evil you are, that straightforward information. How can you misconstrue this? Emily Shields, here it is. While gaps in appointment earlier this year might have been linked to wider changes at the helm, including the chairmanship, a reliable source who spoke on condition of the anonymity told the Sunday Gleaner. Listen, Emily Shields. Let me spoon feed you because you want to be spoon fed. That the nomination for an executive director was submitted in July, while the recommendation for the new DCP was made earlier. Emily Shields, hear that? Read that? This means they were submitted in time, Emily Shields, for a smooth transition from the acting period to the new appointment. So what in this now, Emily Shields, you can't understand? Because if you can't understand this, then I really saw you daft. I really saw you daft, my dear. Eh? No, sir. No. Under the ICA, the commission is allowed to make temporary acting appointments for up to 3 months. But after the 3 months, a referral has to pass on to the Governor General, which the IC had done. Right? Which the IC had done. So we don't understand. We don't get. Tell me, Emily Shields. We don't get. Under the ICA, the commission is allowed to make temporary acting appointments for up to 3 months. But Emily Shields, after 3 months, accordingly, an acting DCP was appointed on June 3rd, 2025, and an acting executive director on May 18, 2025. However, both terms are now past expiry because the 3 months down and the law bars extension. Why not understanding this, Emily Shields? Eh? Why not understanding this? Mr. Wicked, and I don't say Emily Shields. It's to show you how wicked and corrupted like you you are, you are so corrupted. And I have you get an award and it is God's will. It is God's will why you get an award, and God look upon you. You say you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, Emily Shields. Now, the previous DCP contract expired on March 31st, 2025. The executive director on March 17 and the director of information and complaints on July 14. No permanent appointments have been made since. Look go along tonight. The Sunday Gleaner asks King's House, why the appointment to the position of DCP? Yes, Sunday Gleaner asked them this. And executive director had not been confirmed. Why it has not been confirmed? Now, you what now? The office of the Governor General declined to explain because he can't explain. You have to decline to explain, Governor General. Corrupting Allen. You have to decline to explain. We're going to explain, sir. Because the only explanation I can really give is that you take side with Andrew and I try to work out Andrew Warner's corruption in terms of delayed tactics. Why not speak the truth? That is what you do. Speak the truth. Stating that the communication on such matters is confidential, your backside. Confidential, your backside. Do the papers and business. We are paying X amount of money and now pay tax. All of them something have to stop it. That's why you want Andrew Wallace there. Because you want to continue to get the meat fat. And the meat fat you work for. Work this piece of man, but you're Governor General. You want a big piece of all dirty corruption, but you're Governor General. You're all corruption. His Excellent so continues to be guided by legal advice. You continue to be guided by legal advice to do what? It is your responsibility whenever being recommended as it relates to appointment for you to appoint. And if you reject it, if you reject the appointment, right, and you state whatever reason you are stating to reject the appointment, right, which you don't have any reason, you know, but let me ask a question.
What do you know about the people them?
Why know about the people them?
Recommended to him, he's supposed to act on it.
No,
it's not
me never know.
Peruse and carry on.
But on it, me never know say him work with the Integrity Commission investigators them, and him work within the system, and him know the character of these men. Is he responsible to make recommendations? You know, Governor General, you are not responsible to make recommendations. You are responsible that when you get the appointment, you appoint. What do you know about the people them? What do you know about the people them? Anyone of them are criminal?
What, you want to go interview them to see if them really qualify?
What do you, me they ask, since nobody now asks, you know, mainstream media now ask you, you know. Me they ask you this. What you know about the criminal? What secret you have for them? So the IC made them recommendation to fill the post. But Andrew Warner still said, no. Star them. So then hold on the Governor General. I saw you defend corruption. I saw corruption sweet you. I saw corruption sweet you, GG. Nah, man. He remains steadfast in discharging his responsibility with due regards for the law, with due regards for the law and the Constitution and the independence of all institutions concerned. Why you never do that when Andrew Warner make referral? Why you never do that when Andrew Warner make certain referral? Why you never do that? King's House said in a statement, what a piece of, trust me, man. Michael Jackson, executive director of Jamaicans for Justice, said the delay raises serious constitutional concern. Serious constitutional concern. I am so pissed. Pissed with you and disappointed with you, Gigi. Take that document away from me. Big and worthless. So we have him as Governor General. But shouldn't you have you as Governor General with a mix up in a cash plus and hold it? What you do as Governor General? When they involved in a Ponzi scheme with Andrew Wallace, what you do as a Governor General? They don't want to talk. They talk. Hotter and bright. Now, without any delay, let's just bring in melting pot in the space. Tired of them, man.
Static. Melting pot, I think, is off. And you need to turn on the rotation on him.
Right? Okay.
No.
So, when you look at it.
Frozen.
Right? Melting pot frozen?
Yeah, and him rotation on him device off. Let's him figuring it out. You'll come back.
Okay.
So I'm drop off now.
So this is what I'm saying. My Jamaican people, sorry for that sort of mode that I'm in, but I'm pissed. The Governor General, right, is over his head. Right? The Governor General, right, doesn't work as it relates to with the Integrity Commission. He's Governor General and responsible as it relates to the Constitution to do the appointments, to approve these appointments. Now, what the Governor General know about these people that were recommended to him? That him decided that he's going to utilize delayed tactics. And so then, okay, if you send back to say that, okay, the IC need to reconsider, even if the IC reconsider and send back these names to you, there shouldn't be no more argument. You have to go straight ahead and appoint. So this goes to show Jamaica that Andrew Holness, I'm going to come back to you, Andrew Holness. Let me tell you something, Andrew. You're not going to get away as it relates to what you have done with the people's treasury. You are not going to get away, sir. And remember, me hear your friend sing, but one by one they're going to jail and he's in mockery mood. But I'm telling you that one by one you are going to jail. Right? One by one. You will be going to jail. And so then this goes to show Jamaica, the entire Jamaica, the world, and remember, the world outside is looking at you, Andrew Holness, to know that the Governor General is trying to defend you in terms of a delayed tactics, in trying to interrupt with investigation. That is what the Governor General is doing in the Jamaica people. Try to interfere with the responsibility and sabotage the Integrity Commission investigators. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jamaica. Unbelievable. Now, let me just get into some serious situation until Melting Pot fix him thing and come back. Jamaica. Now, we are going to give you a little trail run where Andrew Holness is fighting so hard because him can't get out, Him can't get out. Andrew Holness realized that as long, okay, Melting Pot is back in the space. All right, Andrew Holness people realize that his statutory declaration will not certify it because it's pinned on illicit enrichment. Let us bring in Melting Pot in the space right away. Melting Pot.
Yeah, man. You see this Governor General guy, yeah? That's why we couldn't trust Andrew for bringing in when we want to bring in to make him become president, Cause you see what this Governor General guy would have do? He would have just Andrew everything where Andrew wants. Because right now, my Andrew Holness, I start the human resource of our Integrity Commission. And Integrity Commission need these human resource, yeah, to get through them business. So under no circumstances, guy not supposed to tamper with the process. And that me see him do, Patrick Allen. He might tamper with the process. Because here it is, them two posts, they are two critical posts, Yeah, as it relates to the DCP and the executive director post, right? Them that not something where him have no jurisdiction over. Because him is not in charge to, interview these people. Him supposed to only appoint them based on the recommendation. But come like him want to vet the people. But not really that him want to do. He must slow down the process because I work on behalf of Andrew Holness. This guy not representing Jamaica as the Governor General. That's why we don't really need him. The amount of money we might get, I want him up on 130 million, a year, And him not paying no tax. You understand? Not paying any tax. Depend this empty salary and still a deal with Hanky Panky. So it just go to show you say Andrew Holness have the place locked down. That's all the Governor General I work on in behalf. Yeah. But here it is now, Michael Jackson, the director of Jamaica for Justice, come out saying that the matter is of serious concern. Yes, because we never seen a Governor General participate like this. Where it come to politics or it him a play, him not deal with the Governor General role and responsibility. Him a deal with politicking and suppress anywhere where him can suppress to please Andrew. Because all of them know Sir Andrew guilty, you know. It's clear as daylight when them are going with it, just open up several more can of worm. Why the Governor General is stalling the process. Yeah? And then trying to go on like so, let him have all rights. You don't have any right to start the process.
I'm on alive now.
Yeah, the Integrity Commission, yeah, is a body that deal with criminal investigation as it relates to parliamentarian and all these people. And where they need to be fully equipped with human resource, it must be done. It's a paramount interest. You can't have those two posts vacant. And then you come and say, well, then, boy, you know, it can't go through because we don't have the human resource to go through. No, no bother with that. It's time you walk away, resign from the post because Jamaica will be a better place without you. Yeah. And the King of England should know what you're going on within Jamaica. Yeah. And I know him watch this program. Yeah, him have interest in this program, you know. So he will hear what you're going on with because you're not playing the role of a Governor General. You're going on as if you're a politician. Yeah. And you're backing Andrew Wallace and him criminal activity. You want to suppress the body of the Integrity Commission. And you are not charged with that responsibility. Yeah, so Jamaica now must ask for your resignation. It is plain and obvious. The post that you have, yeah, you were handpicked by Andrew Wallace, and it's like you're serving him to the hill. No, it can't be that your prime minister is under investigation, but you as a Governor General aiding and abetting this guy. It cannot be. Yeah, these matters is a priority to Jamaica. Yeah, because Andrew should run at the last election, you know. Yeah, if Andrew case did go through, he would have never been the prime minister today. So we need this process to take place. Time is of the essence. Yeah, and time come. So I yield back the floor to my brother.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful melting pot. Wonderful. Now let me just get into what we are going to dig into, my Jamaican people, is to show you why Andrew Wallace, right, put into the court system, definitely is going to be found guilty. And it is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Now let us surgically this morning show the entire world of who Andrew Wallace is. Narcissistic, right? He doesn't admit to his wrongdoing, and he will never. But we are going to show you how narcissistic this man is, right? And how corrupted this man is. Without any delay, let us get into Jamaica, the Prime Minister Andrew Wallace respond to the IC.
You leave out the court fight?
Yeah. Yeah. Let us deal with this, my Jamaican people. Listen up here. Listen to this, Jamaican people. Listen to Andrew Wallace. Very good.
I have been involved in political life for more than 30 years. Yes, more than 30 years. And I have been elected in this house for 27 years. It always gives me a sense of great pride, but also a sense of humility to consider that, you know, I grew up in a 2-bedroom board house at 56 Cumberland Road, up from the Grassyard market in Spanish Town. I don't wear my background as a badge or try to exploit it or exploit my humble beginnings for political sympathy. I don't do it. I don't do it because I believe in working for what you have, regardless of where you come from. And Mr. Speaker, I have worked hard. You know, people just see the achievements. They don't know the hours, the nights, the hard work. They don't know. I have worked hard, wisely, and honestly to achieve whatever I have.
You know, really and truly, me not like Jamaica. Him burn my soul, you know. Burn my soul in the sense that the man know what he had done, you know. And coming out in Parliament, talking to us as if we have no sense of what he's doing. That is how embarrassing it is. And Jonas, you work hard for what you achieve. Really? Really? That's why this morning I am going to expose you. You're supposed to be going through the judiciary system. Not only that, you should found guilty, but upon when they found you guilty, someone like you should be hung by the balls.
Yeah.
Because you are vicious. Now, let me try to sensitize Jamaica to take in all of this as it relates to Andrew Holness' illicit enrichment. I am going to give you the next clip for you to put this right and try to pass it through your cranium. Now, listen to Damian Crawford and listen carefully. Let us play that clip on it. Listen carefully, Jamaica.
Fresh
Cash Plus.
drop.
When Cash Plus fail, somehow Andrew get the money a couple of weeks before it fail. When Olin fail, somehow Andrew get the money a couple of weeks before it fail. When SSL fail, somehow me want to know who's this brother Obia man, because this brother has clairvoyant, this brother can see the future. You understand? Yeah. So when everybody else lose, somehow him win with him power. See? So who really gain off the backs of the people? See? Now, remember this brother will grow by 36% a year now. So the brother skill. If this brother is so skilled, how him not carry the skill like how we as a country grow 1%? So how him can grow we like how him grow himself? You understand where I come from? From nothing. From student loan I put out in picture in a newspaper. Seeing from two space taxi. Me never take a taxi yet.
Yeah.
No, me ask whoever. It's like how you can say take on time. Who film taxi did me? You get me?
And what the route?
And where the route? And did it have all the rules when I put in against taxi now? Because if me reach have a taxi, you know, me bias to taxi, you know. Me I try make taxi run. The man carrying in drive, in carrying Uber, pan the same taxi them if them they come in pan him that reach so. You get to me I come from him say them have a car seat permanent when not pick the night car. You get to me I come from. So when you look on how the dog treat, that means in switch then in reach and switch. In lucky door pan everybody. Yeah.
And let me put in something what Damian Crawford did not put in. During 1995, as it so-called taxi, what was the fear per person? That Andrew Holness could make himself into what we see now, based on what he has now, pivoting from that to make him into a multi-billionaire because he's no millionaire. Jamaican people need to understand Andrew Holness is no millionaire. Multi-billionaire. So even although the Integrity Commission investigators want people to wrap this around them head, you know. Even although the Integrity Commission investigators is having their surveillance around $470 million, Mystic Sensation don't have his surveillance around $470 million. My surveillance, right, fits and over billions of dollars as it relates to Andrew Holness. People, this is not joking. Billions of dollars. So it is not that the IC only get a quarter of the information. Right? 3/4 of the information that is out there. The IC is not probing. No joke about that. No joke about that. Now, let us get into the next. So people want to wrap your head around this, you know, as it relates to what Damon Crawford said, you know. No one know, as it relates to, can be a witness to say, yes, a taxi service named X or the Lido taxi service, we witnessed the Lido taxi service. And it was applying whatever route from east to west or whatever, wherever. It not exists any at all. So regardless of how Emily Shields again, Big Mama again, and all of those people who want to spin this, ask yourself, Emily Shields, and ask yourself, Big Mama, how no one have any understanding which route the so-called Lido taxi service used to apply. Which route? Which route? Are wicked enough, wicked enough? Wicked, you people, wicked enough. Andrew Holness cannot be defended. So then, all of what you are doing, you guys know that if Andrew Holness placed into the judiciary is going to find him guilty. Because as I say, Jamaica, have faith in the justice system. If Andrew Holness placed in the judiciary, which is going to be found guilty. Andrew Holness is buying time. And Fid, let me say this to you. Me no say all what you are looking at in terms of the information, and I'm talking to Andrew Holness' friend, Dennis Chung. Dennis Chung, all what the report that you are looking on as it relates to Fid, you know in yourself that in guilty plus tax. And so then no leak can go to Big Mama because what is there is poisonous and deadly to him. Remember, I know mainstream media can't tell them something, I know. That's why social media is here. We know that Fit can't come out with no form of vindication. How long have you been there? Eh? And Big Mama, nothing can squeeze to Big Mama. Remember, I know, when time IC report come out, down to Parliament has squeezed to Big Mama. So who is uno? That uno now go squeeze it to Big Mama. If Parliament has squeezed it to Big Mama, why uno now go squeeze it to Big Mama? So me no say, Andrew Holness is a problem. Now, let us go into the gleaner, the ghost of filing pass. And people, me break it down for you, you know, so I want you to understand as it relates to why the case gone to field, which many of you know. But we have performed a surgical operation this morning. Ghost of filing pass. Prime Minister legal fight exposes decades of financial gaps. Yeah, man. Because this is what embarrasses you. That's why you run. Yeah, you liar, them run, go to the judge and talk about indefinite stay. You understand? Well, everything bust out already, Andrew. Everything bust out. See it, yeah? PM's legal fight exposed decades of financial gaps, concerns as net worth jumped from 350,000 to 160 million in 2 decades. You tell me now, Jonas. Now you work hard. You work hard for what you have. You're out hard and bright, man. You understand? You scheme hard for what you have. Right? Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness' income and assets were under scrutiny by anti-corruption authorities from at least 2017, as Mr. People. From at least 2017. And based on the Prime Minister Anki Panky, just one question the Prime Minister for answer, you know, from 2017. One question that the Prime Minister needs to answer, and from 2017 the Prime Minister can't answer it. How did you come by your wealth? Just provide the information, the supported documents, and the source, any source, to help you and Jonas. From 2017, see the people, see the evidence that we are showing you. But now, look, I am not coming out and trying to lie on the Prime Minister. There is a document. See that from at least 2017, as investigators question the source of funds behind his net worth. Mr. Sensation now lie to my Jamaican people. Yes, some of them hate me, you know. Some of them hate me, you know, because I dash out them business, you know. Now, which rose from 350,000 in 1998 to almost 160 million in 2019. Who in Jamaica get rich so fast? Not in garden booster. So how you are do better than any other business person? And so you are genius. You are genius plus genius. Because even although you have a year, 2 years in a 2020 and 2021 in the high peak of COVID, when everybody else failed, honey, and you only succeeded in terms of making over $200 million in profit. Now, do we owe this a man a brilliant? Him should have write NASA software program to go to space. Him. You understand? Him brilliant than anybody else in Jamaica. No other investors in Jamaica or any other entrepreneur, so to speak, has able to do what Andrew Holness had done. Him and the next thief in Indian one, what name?
Dishan.
What name again? Dishan
Shabadi.
Yes, him and that the one there. In a 2020. You understand? Them two they alone. That's why I'm going to thief the election fee, you know.
Yeah, man.
Count documents reveal. I could go night melting pack. I know you're going to mash them up when you come up in that. Those details, including owners' investment in failed unregulated schemes such as Olent and Cash Plus, are among the material that owners unsuccessfully tried to have struck from an affidavit in a judicial review case he brought against the integrity, right? And 2 of its senior officials, Craig Beresford, Director of Information and Complaints, and Kevin Stevenson, Director of Investigation. The details come at a political charge moment as Holness is in the midst of an election campaign seeking to lead the Jamaican Party to a 3rd consecutive term in the office. Polls are expected by September. And trust me, God, I am not going to blame the Jamaican people because a thief and you want to thief the election. Jamaican people who don't hear me, who not blame the Jamaican people. Jamaican people, the majority of Jamaican people did not vote JLP in power.
Well, Byron, when you talk to them in another way, they have to just make them know so the PMP people. Because we know the PMP are enough than them, you know. The PMP
exactly.
They come out, you know. PMP
my Jamaican people, let me say this. Let me say this. I sort of want to, you understand, sort of, you know, slightly blame myself too, you know, because I should pick up on this brother here. Right? if I had picked up this brother here from earlier, it would be a different game, you know.
The Indian boy.
The Indian brother here, you know, because him fly under the radar, you know, and miss me totally, you know. We, as a matter of fact, melting pot, we only pick him up roughly about, we had picked him up roughly about in the last week of the general election, sir?
Yeah, man, all right. Don't so we pick him up, man, when we can't do nothing. We couldn't highlight him. You understand?
Because right now, me, you start to focus on him, you know.
Yeah. Couldn't highlight him.
Me they tell him, say, try it again now. Try it again. Try it again in the next general election, boy. Try it again.
No, man. By right now, if we leave the place by the time the next one come around.
All right, that's what I'm telling him from now. Try it again, boy. Try it again. While owners file up 2020, including those featured in the documents filed in court are certified, the Prime Minister had to strike out at least 12 paragraphs and accompanying exhibits from Beresford affidavit, claiming there were an abuse of process, scandalous, frivolous, and vexatious. The judge tell us, said, no, none of that. We now go allow you. You understand? We now go allow you if you wish hunt. Right? We now go allow no wish hunt in your arm around us. So the judge deliver justice where that is concerned. Take that away, honey. Yeah? Now, melting pot.
Yeah.
Let me put you in the ring before me go further, you know, because I mash him up this morning, you know.
Yeah, man. And as more time people always say Reliant is a thief, you know, because you see even the clip where you just played a while ago, and to tell lie right away, you know, him say I'm in politics more than 30 years. And I lie that. Man. Yeah. I lie that. Yeah. And him say him do what? Him work hard. Him work day and night. Yes, Andrew, you work day and night for yourself. Yeah. Doing unscrupulous activity, not working, you know, accordingly to how people work, do night work. Your night work was to steal. Definitely. But how it is a guy submit report, yeah, in an affidavit to the IC. But then after a period of time, he want to clear out some of the things out of the affidavit. Can't work like that. I remember, you know, Andrew get so much time as it relates to that affidavit to him submitting, you know. We should have think constructively as to what him have submit in the affidavit. So when you submit an affidavit to the Integrity Commission, you know, that is final. Nothing can come out of it. You can't retract nothing out of the affidavit. You understand? So that is just something that just goes to show how criminal this guy is. This guy have a criminal mind. When he realize that when submit is a venomous poison, yeah, he want to take it back. It cannot happen because we know you've been dodging, yeah, as it relates to your submission to the Integrity Commission, your statutory declaration. You dodge that long time because you know you play some hanky-panky business in a society. All of the shell company them where you set up, you make millions and billions off of them. Long time I tell the people them say you're worth over 7 billion and people think I joke. Me give you first status billionaire. You know, for people know say you are not millionaire anymore. You are billionaire, super billionaire in the Caribbean. Where you get the money from? Where you get the money from, Andrew? So when you realize where pressure your commander, you see you run go put Chung up a feed. Yeah? Because you want him in there so now to report back to you, know. But as Byron said, he can't report back nothing to who him to report to. Because if you did in the clear, you know, Big Mama have that long time. All Dennis Chung are looking can't say nothing to clear you. I be it. That hole him I look down here. You're gone, Andrew. Andrew, your criminality exceed all criminality in Jamaica. Because you're charged with the responsibility of the country and the country finance. Yeah, and we know what you do. We see what you do, you know. People on the ground might not see because they might pay attention to popularity and all these things. but we have to pay attention to the finance and the business of Jamaica and how it run. That's why we see all these things. You understand? You come up with fictitious dildo taxi service. Yeah. You come up with loan investment where people get loan from. You come up with mobile. Me never hear them sunshine mobile. Me never hear that, you know. All me I got Jamaica in the period when the business is up. Me no hear not about no sunshine mobile. Everything where you put out fictitious. Yeah. And as the man say, you grow by 36%, while the country will grow by 1. So you must be the man now who do some mystery behind the scene at night. And you want to use that now as something like, say, well, that's why you incorporate all the business, you know, the trucking and all them things there, you know. But then they still can't clear you. Because in the first place, you don't supposed to be doing those business alongside the Prime Minister role. Yeah, so everything gone bad from morning and it won't come good in the evening. Yeah. So there is no way you can suppress nothing more around here. You have to just take your medicine when it serves. You understand? And the medicine must serve because you're sick in Andrew. Criminality sick you in your head, you know. You understand? And all who around you have back you, them to realize it's a last cause. Your thing out there, like close pan line, everybody see it. Because remember, laundry, you know, go on with it. You know? A laundry, you know, deal with. The laundry money left, right, and center. Drugs trafficking left, right, and center. A whole heap of illegal activity business in Andrew. None of your things them not certified, not even your business them not certified. Yeah, because remember, you know, you use people from in the party, member of parliament to move money where Jamaica no get back. The money from AAJ, where Agintime move, I want to put in a first rock. I want to crash first rock, and you have that. You, Andrew, only sit down for that money that are 450 million there. You understand? Yeah. So we know everything where you are going with. Yeah. Every time the 3 Ponzi scheme them crash, you get out your money before them crash. As the man say, you have one of the greatest phobia, man. We are showing you things before it happens. You understand? Because you go on like you take Jamaican people for fool and dunce and idiot, you know. And all that we say. You look labor right followers, them fool and dunce. Yeah, because them just run out your hand out when you come out with it. Yeah, but we want to see the country run good. Yeah, we have interest in a Jamaica. It move forward for everybody can benefit from Jamaica. Not just you and your friend them. And come below. You understand? So we are look on you from a different point of view. We see as a criminal, we don't see as a prime minister. We see as a guy where you name call for all of the corruption in Jamaica. You're the most corrupted prime minister Jamaica has ever seen. You run past Seaga. You make Seaga look like him not try. You understand? And then now no one spin things like so well, then you're innocent. You're guilty as the day you're born, the first day you're going to politics, you come corrupted, you know. From you left school and can't pay your tuition fee 19. Understand as it creates to classify ads. Yeah. Delinquent student. I know you're the richest man in a CARICOM. And you're a sportsman. You have more money than Bolt, and you still rob Bolt. You rob all that 60-year-old old lady, you know. You rob an old lady at 60 million rather. Yeah, this guy, Pumbas, the whole of a whole heap of people I water upon your hand. All Juliet supposed to shame as a woman. You know, say she have the most criminal man Jamaica ever see as her husband. You know, good. So all who have come out in your defense, I tell them you have no defense. Yeah? You have no defense. So Emily Shield and all of them, Big Mama and Draws Davis and all of them. Remember, you know, when a vice, nobody not listen to it no more, you know. Nobody not listening to Emily Shield, Big Mama, Draws Davis, Fish Headless, nobody not listen to them. Yeah, because what Jamaican concerned about is their own future. Right? When you come out with all type of lie and spread it to convince the voters them. But you couldn't convince the majority of the voters. So on the day what you do, you suppress the voters. When you see how the PMP dominant up to that, you do and cheat the election using this guy, Dushan Shabadia from India. This piece of shit where you can't come through the back door and lodge him in a Jamaica where all fiend things not add up either. Everybody around you a criminal, Andrew. Every God Almighty soul will assemble around you a criminal. You understand? Criminal to the core. And you must be held accountable and go to prison. Call him, we need to send in the law enforcement for that shit that you know. We need to send in the law enforcement. So when you hear Damien Crawford talk about Uber and some tax with them bring in, I know Jamaica, it come for. At the Indian them, we are working on the Andrew Wellness. Him and them are run that. Yeah, because we have enough taxi service in Jamaica. We have too much, by the way. But Andrew no wants to little small man them surviving and no farmer capacity, you know. So when the Indian them, the bag of Indian them we see in the country. And them get the Uber license too. Them him get the Uber license too. Yeah. Because them love run taxi, you know. You have said about Indian them. And them run taxi in a UK. Them know about that business there. So Andrew give them that. Andrew wicked to the people of Jamaica. And the people in Jamaica, majority not like Andrew. So Andrew, you need to pack your bag and go. Because time come and I yield back the floor.
All right. Now, let us just give Jamaica a reminder as it relates to Andrew Holness. Right? Because during the debate, people, Andrew Holness said he had lost money in Cash Plus and all it. Barefaced, wicked, lie, and deceptive. Barefaced and showing no remorse. Knowing that he's robbing investors. Now, look at these people. Let us go into document 1 and then we get into 2. Andrew Holness claimed that he had lost money, right, in Cash Plus and Wallet. And we all heard that, right, during debate, the pre-election debate. Andrew Holness said that out of his mouth. Well, look at it, people. Here it is. These assets have either been sold or made further investment in an effort to substantiate assets now in his position. Right? Investment in Cash Plus. Mr. Holness indicated that he commenced placing deposits in alternative investment in Cash Plus in early 2005. He could not recall the amount of the original investment, but he invested $2 million in May 2006, which was in cash from a First Global Bank certificate of deposit at June 30, 2006. The balance in Cash Plus account was $4,642,000, which Mr. Holness said meant that approximately $2.2 million was in the account prior to the $2 million deposited. According to Mr. Holness, the initial and subsequent deposits were derived from funds recovered from the proceeds of assets sold in his dissolved business, of which we have already noted he stated was to support constituency activities. And within his constituencies, none of them benefited what he talk about, PLI, which was rejected. He noted that he made his first investment in Cash Plus in 2005 and continued holding this account until 2007, right? This investment has never been previously disclosed because he hid it from the Integrity Commission. Hide it. It affects declaration years 2005 and 2006 and was encashed in 2007. You hear that, people? Now, First Global Bank money market, according to Mr. Owners, he opened his account in January 2005 with an initial sum of $400,000 and was never previously declared. That never declared to enough people. So the Cash Plus account never declared. Cash Plus runnings never declared. The First Global Bank money market never declared. Now, First Global Financial Certificate of Deposit in the financial journal submitted by Mr. Owners, he disclosed that he also invests $3 million in a certificate of deposit at 12.5% interest, which he subsequently allowed to roll over. Mr. Owners, and yet him saying, remember him saying, he don't really make no money off of Cash Plus and all them things there. But here, and even in a First Global Financial Service Certificate of Deposit, right, him allow interest to roll over. You hear it? Certificate of deposit at 12.5% interest, which is subsequently allowed to roll over. Mr. Owners explained that these funds were proceeds recovered from the sale of assets in his dissolved business, of which we have already noted he stated was to support constituency activities. We are not Nogoso, which was rejected. In 2006, $2 million was withdrawn from this account and placed in Cash Plus. As noted above, this investment was not previously declared and affects declaration years 2005 and 2006. Let us go to document number 2. Now look at this. Now, Ponzi scheme. Now, in 2000, and this is what I want to explain, people, that Andrew Owners, who involved, right, with Cash Plus, was aligned. The GLP party was aligned to David Smith, because David Smith was a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. People want to show the documenting. Now, see it here. The Labour Party GLP released a statement saying it was aware that David Smith was one of the many contributors to the GLP campaign over the period leading up to September 2007 general election. It said it would examine claims that Smith paid $5 million or £3 million to the party, to GLP. See the evidence, of people. My Jamaican people, here is the evidence. Here is the evidence. Let me read this before me talk to my people. Let me know. Tell people about Andrew Owners and the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, with this Ponzi scheme, you know. Let me just read this, finish read this, and then me talk to my people. The allegations were outlined in a court documents released by the Supreme Court of the Turks and Caicos Island, one of the locations where Smith ran his multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme. According to the documents, the two parties, as well as Mr. Patterson and Labour Party Deputy Treasurer Darrell Vaz, benefited from the donations made by Smith and mix up PNP in this, you know, because Patterson don't have no information about this, you know. Lie to my tell. Mr. Vaz has denied that any donations he received from Smith was a personal gift, right? Smith was sentenced to 30 years in prison by a U.S. court in August 2011 after pleading guilty to money laundering and wire fraud. Take this away. Now, let me talk to my Jamaican people. Let me talk to the Jamaican people. Now, my Jamaican people. Cash Plus, David Smith, backed and supported by Jamaica Labour Party. That in 2007, David Smith was able to donate $5 million US to the Jamaica Labour Party to run their campaign. During that same period of time, Andrew Holness, personally speaking, have account in Cash Plus benefited from investors' money. They know all along it was Ponzi scheme. Cash Plus was a Ponzi scheme, Andrew Holness know. Holland was a Ponzi scheme, Andrew Holness know. SSL was a Ponzi scheme, Andrew Holness know. And as what Damien Crawford said, as a result of Andrew Holness not only having an account in these Ponzi schemes, he's in the top echelon of the Ponzi scheme. He's at the peak of the pyramid. What do I mean by that? Simply means that the organizers of these Ponzi schemes were close, very close with Andrew Holness. And as the evidence that we have seen, what I have just established is saying to all of us that Andrew Holness connivingly involved with these Ponzi scheme operators. To do what? To rob investors of their money. And this is what the evidence is showing. When Cash Plus about to crash, Andrew Holness knew it. Withdraw millions from Cash Plus. When Holland about to crash, Andrew Holness knew it. Withdraw millions from Holland. When SSL about to crash in 2021, Andrew Holness knew it and withdrew his money in 2021. Andrew Holness is a part and Crony of the scheme. He is. I said, in all the fight that they are fighting not to get Andrew Holness in the judiciary, Andrew Holness, when you place in the judiciary, you are going to be found guilty, sir. You are victimized. You have hurt Jamaican people, and particularly you have hurt many of Jamaican investors. You have tricked them out of their wealth. You con them. You're a con artist. You're a scammer. No hesitation in saying that to you, Andrew Holness, based on the evidence. You are a scammer. Let me yield back and bring in Melting Pot.
Yeah, you're right, Sir Byron. Yeah, that's how we know Andrew to be, a scammer. You understand? Because it can't be coincidence that this guy involved in all the Ponzi scheme, them, you know. Yeah? And let me tell Jamaican people, you see, after Paul Chen Young and the Eagle Merchant Bank, every other Ponzi scheme, Andrew run them. Him not join them belongs to him. You understand? Yes, people. Because even First Rock, you know, you see them try to set it up like it's a St. Lucian thing. No. Jamaican operating out of St. Lucia. We're connected to Andrew Holness. Yeah, and then they bring it come Andrew Holness. So they make it look like it's a foreign entity. Like a local entity. Like ADMAD. You understand? Yeah. So we understand everything where Andrew go on with. Because what in the darkness must come to light, my people. And when you have real investigator like Lord Byron, yeah, man of the wilderness, and myself round yourself, then everything where Andrew hidden, we shall dig it up and find it. And we found it. You understand? So we know what said all of the Ponzi scheme them. Yeah, Andrew are the CEO for them. You hear that? You see what we are blame? When we are blame you Crosby and him son about SSL. No, them are just director. Andrew are the CEO for SSL. Take it from me, my people. That's why you see all leeching attach himself to the business, because the whole of them in the scheme. Yeah? If you notice a one bank Andrew use, you know, one bank NCB, and him can open all account there with zero money. You understand? Yeah? So we know Andrew Anki Panky game where he play. And Andrew feel like it could have win the order of the day. No, Andrew cannot win the order of the day. Yeah? Because you move so mysteriously, you know, that you leave traces, yeah, along the track. You leave traces along the track. All the money where they go in a cash machine, yeah, are traces them there. Them that traces show say illegal activity where money is concerned, yeah, was taking place on behalf of you. You understand? Because you use people, you know, ordinary people and extraordinary people around you to carry out the illicit dirtiness where you are going in the country. Yeah? So, Jamaican people, and you cannot get away. And you will be found guilty on several counts. Not just one, several counts. Because Andrew mix up in several things. And when you put it in the melting pot, you know it simmer down. Yeah, it smell. You get that flavor there. And the flavor we get is just straight corruption. So Andrew always have a lot of charges hanging over his head. And this is why Andrew cannot stick nor twist. Yeah, so I'm trying to find all type of activity, yeah, to go on with it. Like stealing the election thing, so well then as Prime Minister, yeah, he might go retain the power and he might go silent the judge. No. You see what him do? He want to turn Jamaica in a Republican state where he have the nasty Governor General, Patrick Allen, where the two of them got 7 days as a man where to make sure no say him can move from him position. Yeah. And then when I talk about it, you know, 8 term, you know, a 40 year, you know. So you know, so Andrew got dead as the president like Fidel Castro for Cuba. We up in him. We up there, so in our age. Yeah, because them that look for go down the road where we know, yeah, where we have a president, but we can't have Andrew as president of Jamaica. You're mad. I would have been the worst president of the whole entire world, just like him is the worst prime minister in the entire world. From people that get that position there. No more prime minister in a wicked and cruel like Andrew Holness. No more prime minister in the world. Never put 15 years on tie gun. No more prime minister in the world. Never use a term that is related to Road Traffic Act. Where him say 12-year-old in a car seat. Andrew, you're garbage. And the people in Jamaica need to realize that you're a piece of shit. And when I stop calling and style you, yeah, because you're too cruel to the people of Jamaica. You know, so the Jamaican people, yeah, about history. When we say a history, you know, a history as a black society where we've been struggling for centuries. And the one time we drop there and get a prime minister where we think so that be the man, you know, to really look out for the poor people. You are the worst thing could happen to poor people in Jamaica. The worst thing, because you don't like the poor. You do not like poor people. You understand? So when you try now to formulate yourself as a good guy, no, Angie is a bad guy, you're corrupted to the core. And Jamaican people have to know. So me I tell all your little people around your inchman and your inchman, stay one side and leave the judge and the integrity commission to do them work. Because remember, Andrew did tell the opposition, you know, leave the integrity commission, let them do their work. So I apply it to you right now, Andrew. And I apply it to people like Emily Panty Shields. You understand? And Wildman. And Dennis Chung. Because them work there. Me no want them work from you, Andrew. And Dennis Chung a lunatic, you know. A lunatic. I mean, I think if him feel like say in his head, him could have really go there so. and do things and work in your favor and your behalf. Him can't do nothing up a field. Him just did get some money. While man as the liar would have tell you, say, you want no, me no want that case here. Because what you want me to do, it's about damage my reputation. You understand? Yeah. And Panty Shield, Emily, you know, say you no credible, you know. Because everybody see you greener than the morass downtown, you know. Greener than the morass them downtown. Because you as a woman, you know have the feelings for the other woman them we are mother in the society, you know. We are suffer at the hands of Andrew Holness, you know. We are lose all them picnic through Andrew Holness. Yeah, when them picnic now get the education with them to get through Andrew Holness and Royal Reid and Pinnock and the whole of them. You understand? And you, as a shit journalist from RGR, need to go on side and lock your mouth. Because all you do is incriminate yourself and show yourself to be one of Andrew Holness shit pot. You understand? And that's what it is, you know, one of Andrew Holness shit pot. So just go inside and park yourself, because at the end of the day, justice have to serve, and Andrew is bigger than the line of Jamaica. So if Andrew feel like him a prime minister, yeah, and him feel like him set a network round him if he work with him and them no bigger than the law we are run Jamaica. And it's going to take the judiciary where we have all the faith in, yeah, to use them power and authority and sink Andrew. And Andrew must sink. And I yield back the floor.
All right. Blessings for that melting pot. Powerful punch there. Now, Jamaica, let us show you some of the serious corruption in terms of Andrew Holness. Right? And let us just wrap our head around that as well. Right? Now, look at this, my people. Let me just share this document. Now, here it is as it relates to, all right. NHT granted seizure order to sell DISCAIMER property. Now, in a bid to recover 20 million from failed housing deal, right? The National Housing Trust has a court order to seize and sell property belonging to private developer DISCAIMER Holdings Limited to recover 10 million owed under a settlement over a failed 2.5 billion housing deal. That seizure order was obtained about a month after the court granted an order in October 2024 compelling DISCAIMER to pay 10 million what was due by June 30, 2024. Last Wednesday, Justice David Batts granted a second order, this time to compel DISCAIMER to pay a second 10 million, right? That was from Duncox, which is representing the NHT. Which was due by December 31st, 2024, confirmed attorney Emily Lieber, the managing partner of law firm Duncox, which is representing the NHT. That decision also paves the way for NHT to pursue another seizure order against DISCAIMER property. Lieber said, all legal options are being considered in relation to the recovery of the sums due to NHT. Right, let me just take this document away. And what I want to talk about, right, is the level of corruption with Andrew Holness. Right? Andrew Holness and Nigel Clark, prior to Nigel Clark departed, right, went into the NHT coffers and take out billions of dollars, give to them friends, right, to develop homes. And just imagine that man, as it relates to DISCAIMER company, has not done anything. And right now, we don't know if the government get back that money. Now, the thing about this is that they were warned not to deal with DISCAIMER, but Andrew Holness influenced Nigel Clark, right, to take taxpayers' money and give to DISCAIMER. And the question, where is taxpayers' money? Where is taxpayers' money? Now, let us show you another thing what Andrew Holness had done. I am showing you the high level of criminality. Look at these people. So we talk about what he had done with NHT, giving DISCAIMER billions of dollars. Now, we don't know where that money is. We don't know where that money is. They claim, right, that they are making process to get it back. We don't know, right, because this is Andrew Holness, who is extremely a narcissist liar. Now, look at this, my Jamaican people. Look at this next case. Let us share this document. Many people don't know that the Integrity Commission investigators were investigating this case as it relates to First Rock. Yes, my Jamaican people, the Integrity Commission investigating it. Let us look at this concerning allegations of conflict of interest, corruption, and irregularities in relation to the acquisition of shares in First Rock Capital Holdings Limited by the Airport Authority of Jamaica and the Norman Manley International Airport Limited. Hey, the amount of evil Andrew Holness do. Let us get down to 5, document number 5, and go into the investigation. Right? Now, let us get into the background. The investigation was conducted pursuant to Section 33, subsection 1A and B of the Integrity Commission Act, which empowered the Director of Investigation to investigate the matter. The reference provisions are outlined in greater detail. Now let us get into the allegations, my people. Andrew Holness, boy, I am telling you, you know, Jamaica, it is so sad. It is so sad. You know when you know how I feel shame, people. Let me just explain this before we get into the allegation. To show you that Andrew Holness is one of the wickedest persons I know. Cruel. Extremely cruel. I honestly want to believe that Andrew Holness is having an Hitler-like personality. Here's the reason why I'm going to show you something now, my Jamaican people. Let me reason with you people. When I look on Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, and knowing how Burkina Faso was in a worse position than Jamaica, the people were suffering under the control of the IMF, World Bank, and all of these capitalist people who suppressed them. But Ibrahim Traoré, Jamaica people, you know, say, this year is roughly about 3 years since Ibrahim Traoré take over control of Burkina Faso. So 3 years, Jamaica people, me know a reason. And Burkina Faso has spun around, showing strong economic growth. No lie, no PR, talking about poverty reduced from 18% to 9%. No PR. None of that no go on over Burkina Faso. Real growth.
Yeah.
And Ibrahim Traoré, in 3 years, people, remember hold up my finger there. 3 years. Able to bring back Burkina Faso and strengthen Burkina Faso economy. What did Ibrahim Traoré done? People are something that reason we don't know today. Ibrahim Traoré eliminated or cancelled out corruption actors. Why do you think I'm going there? I am showing you that when you have corrupted politicians like Andrew Holness and his kleptocratic government, the nation will suffer.
True.
And just imagine, look at the blossoming of Burkina Faso economy. In 3 years, my Jamaican people, let us compare Burkina Faso and Jamaica. Andrew Holness is at the helm for 9 years, going 10 years. Not only that, Andrew Holness being at the helm, Andrew Holness had gotten a vibrant economy in his lap, a red carpet economy. The man, before we discuss this, look at where how Burkina Faso had gotten, how Ibrahim Traoré had gotten Burkina Faso. A country that is in turmoil, bangarang, and high suffrage. And Ibrahim Traoré in 3 years turned it around. Let us compare and contrast with Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness had gotten a vibrant economy that built by Portia Simpson and Dr. Peter Phillips. What I call a red carpet economy. Andrew Holness at the M for 10 effing years. Look at Jamaica in comparison to Burkina Faso. And look at the two leaders. Ibrahim Traoré got a country in turmoil.
Yeah.
Andrew Holness got a country that I classified as a beacon of light. A red carpet economy. And the man and the kleptocratic administration effed up this country. Effed up this country. People want to know to wrap their head around it. I am saying this to say that if we are able to eliminate corruption out of this Jamaica country, Jamaica by itself of eliminating corruption would have won the beacon of light. Jamaica, wrap your head around this. Our national debt is $2.3 trillion. Jamaica, hear me out. Hear me out, Jamaica. But what Andrew Holness and his kleptocratic government, the bangarang of nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery, as it relates to the Auditor General, is saying $3 trillion misappropriated. Let me use their terminology. $3 trillion misappropriated. A Carmel Regional Hospital that started at $2 billion, a trajectory now spun to $24 billion, intended for refurbishing. Intended for refurbishing. From 2016. And Cornwall Regional Hospital cannot be completed. And Christopher Tufton took $800 million.
80.
$80 million. Sorry. $80 million. Take $80 million to pay for a Benz Punani. $80 million of taxpayers' money to pay for a Benz Punani. Tell me, people. That project shows Christopher Tufton value for money. What did we get?
Nothing.
What did we get? And here it is. With First Rock. Here it is with First Rock. And you're going to tell me, say, Andrew Honest, you're not a silent partner in this. When it is the government who breach the procurement rules and take up $400 million and give to them people here, First Rock.
450, Sir Byron, 450, man.
450.
Yeah, 3 million US.
Why? Hey, the way I feel right now, my name the melting pot, you know, I just ask you for break it down because trust me, I'm not lie. Yo.
Well,
hey, Jamaican people, when you look at the comparison between what Ibrahim Traore had done, it shows you how dangerous corruption is and the reason for Andrew Honest to put in the judiciary along with members of his administration to put in the judiciary. And Jamaican people, some of them who they try to protect Andrew Honest, it is a goddamn shame. Cliff Hughes, shame on you. Emily Shields, shame on you. I want to piece of nasty dog or say my entertainer, I won't even bother call for him name, you know.
Ah, shit that, man.
So he look for people call for him name. You understand?
No leverage on yourself.
You understand? Him is just that ordinary dog shit, you know. Him worse than I don't want to even disrespect the dog them, you know. You understand?
Sweet.
You understand? So me name the call for him name a like, you know. Let me just stop here and just move to Melting Pot. Melting Pot, come deal with it and close it out for us. Melting Pot.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah.
Right?
And you know, we just want to use two scenarios to Jamaica. Yeah, as it relates to how you grow a country and what make your country grow and sustain its growth. Now, if we first look at Singapore came to Jamaica and took the model. Yeah, the two economy model where we have, right? The macro and the micro.
Yes.
You understand? And what they did with it, they use it to their beneficial. But alongside that, they get rid of corruption. Them start sending people to prison. You understand? And now, Singapore have the fourth largest economy. The fourth largest economy, and Singapore GDP is 700 US to one citizen. That's what the GDP is. Now, when you look at Burkina Faso, when Ibrahim Traore took over, you know, GDP was $2 to one citizen. Now it's 22. In 3 years, the man grew that by 20.
Look at that.
What is our GDP? What is our GDP? Nothing. Because remember, you know, those two countries that I just point out, you know, for them GDP spread to every individual. In a Jamaica, it's on the rich, and them want to spread it like it belongs to the poor. Poor don't have nothing. The poor them got them bed with them belly empty. You understand? Some have the proper roof over them head and all these things. So we know the situation in Jamaica. Nobody has Singapore and took the phone and call their relatives weekly or monthly, you know. For nothing, you know. That's when you know a country stand up on itself. Right now, Burkina Faso, they move from that now. Everybody enjoy the fruit of the labor at Ibrahim
Exactly.
Traore. You understand? But in a Jamaica, it's a constant, when we say harassment of the diaspora by Jamaicans. Right? And we are sure them so that cannot be there the other day. That is not good for the country. Jamaica with all its resource, it have more resource than many countries. But yet still, it's on the poverty line of the world. What can go so? But then the Prime Minister, who come from the bowels of the ghetto, who say no born with gold spoon in her mouth, who born in a 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom board house, now becomes the richest man that carry come. Richest man in a carry come, Andrew Holness. The oldest household and the richest household in a carry come. Yet while my people left there suffer. Suffer. Can't pay medical bills, can't do nothing, can't buy food. Yeah, can't go supermarket as a place where you're supposed to pride yourself to go. You understand? And do your shopping and come home. Yeah. And if you have the corner shop, then you're supposed to can go put in your list like when me I grew up, my mother sent me with this big list. Shop did full and crowded, cause list did have to serve when weekend come. Now them things are gone. Gone. But here is a guy now try to explain himself or him get wealthy when we know it can't go so. It cannot go so. So we are shown using the two model of Singapore and Burkina Faso. Say Andrew Holness and him corruption, Jamaica will never grow. Ibrahim Traore, him get rid of some nasty people where they run the place. Because remember, you know, Ibrahim was a soldier serving in the army. And decided to take control. And the first thing we do, him decrease government salary and increase civil servant wages. You understand? But where Andrew do, Andrew decrease civil servant wages and increase government wages to the tune of 200 to 300%. Just coming out of a pandemic, a global pandemic. What can go so? So this is just a clear indication of this guy and how him behave and how him decide to run the country. Because Andrew really run the country the right way. Andrew run the country to rip the country and chop the country and leave back everything upon the poor citizen of Jamaica. All the money we Andrew them borrow, it not do nothing but a portion of it distribute in their pocket. And the Jamaicans, yeah, who are run up and down behind him, and who not run up and down behind him, have to foot the bill. Because it have to pay back with interest. You understand? But me could just piggyback a little bit further. Now, 1995, my people, partition clear off. We world debt and make us debt free. And let me tell you this, by 2012, Mama P a crawl upon her knee. So during that period of time, Andrew Holness around them, you know, Bruce Golding and see how he mash up the country. And she said, Bruce, get over with it. Cause Bruce get over with it, you know. You notice Bruce name now called, but Bruce do a whole heap of damage.
True,
Bruce
right.
borrow IMF money and I pay it back to him not talk to IMF 14 consecutive quarter they miss. Do him not talk to IMF. That's why Mama P administration found it so difficult to have a crawl on her knee with the aid of Dr. Peter Phillips. Congresswoman Maxine Walters also get some people from up in the society bracket in the US to form a coalition team alongside Mama P and Peter Phillips and Marky G. You understand? To get Jamaica moving again. Because IMF decides so now we can't deal with it, you know. Yeah? Because we're too disrespectful and not even talk to about money. So we have to show you say, This GLP administration, current and previous administration, going all the way back to Edward Seaga, has done nothing but destroy Jamaica and
True.
keep Jamaica at this crossroad where Jamaica is at the moment. We are being held at ransom by places like United States because our leaders are corrupted and United States use that to them detrimental. They use the Prime Minister as a bargaining chip. Them use tough tongue as a bargaining chip because them are shit and US know that. Yeah? Andrew, US know say you're heavily involved along with several members of your cabinet in a drugs trafficking. They know it, and money laundering and gun trafficking. They know it. This is why you have to submit to America. When him send Marco Rubio, come down there with you and get rid of all the much needed Cuban medical personnel them and leave your people them to suffer. Suffer. That's why when I have to kill the youth them on the spot, them can't count on a medical team at the hospital, you know. People who don't see where Andrew and do. Who don't realize where tough tongue Andrew, nasty thinking crab and go to a do too. This is why them are kill the youth them. Because we hear it out of them mouth, nasty crabs and no carry them in and waste no medical resource. And just a random 15-year meet your maker. Google 2 say my men will retaliate and my men will win. No, you can't have the people who you're in charge with running your country. I use this type of words, you know, to society, you know. No, these type of behavior constitute dictatorship. It constitutes suppression of human rights. And we are seeing it. We are seeing it. So now even Germany have to join force alongside UK, alongside Canada, and alongside America as imposing travel restrictions. But here is Andrew Wallace telling about the country, yeah, have the least crime for over 30 years. When crime turn up till it buck. Crime turn up till it buck. Crime gone out of style, out of fashion in a Jamaica. Where we see all policemen a plant magazine and a youth man them bag. And you know said that did ever go through down the road. The said man will just stop them and search them. You see how evil. The said set of police who stop them and search them would have get them killed down the road. If them not get them killed, them would have called them friends to come kill them. Yeah? So we are showing our people who cannot have this administration, yeah, looking after the welfare because there is no welfare. There will be no welfare, we don't have none. Where we see our youth them get gunshot, you know, and just lift up and toss in our metal back a vehicle, you know. That not happen nowhere in the world, you know. That not happen nowhere in the world. We see our youth them get gunned down out of Rockford, some little youth. Yeah, juvenile them there. And all when them body lifeless man drag it on asphalt. If them done a human rights violation, then I don't know what is human rights violation. And this nasty kleptocratic government, led by a wannabe prime minister, a corrupted prime minister, a shit prime minister, him out silent. Yeah? Because remember, you know, Andrew is a crime minister. That's why I tell people, say, he's not surplus to requirement. Because he's not prime minister material. So you don't want him to be a head of executive in that regard. Him a shit. All him do is steal from the country. And when you steal from your own country, you leave your population to suffer. Because remember, you know, we the population, you know, are the government really, you know. We the citizens are the government. Them is just elected to govern the things. You understand? So it fall right back to the government. So sometimes when you hear the word government, you don't know who it applies to. It don't really applies to them. They are governed the country. We, the population, the civilian, are the government. Yeah. So we left back on. Now if we work hard, tireless. Yeah, and you talk about him work hard night and day. Lie! Him thief hard night and day. And the people in the country work hard night and day. Because the whole of them were Andrew Brown him. Like a nasty lollipop jar, Edmund Bartlett. Them are criminal. Them are criminal. Them sell out the tourist industry to them friend. And have the Jamaican people that work for hanky-panky money. You understand? Well, when you go in and carry come, them people are wages bigger than Jamaican. Wages, but me hear my talk say Jamaican bring the most visitors to the region. Piece of shit. Then you have nasty pumpers around there, so you see where him going with where you know. You see where him going with where there. That is a wake-up call to show how criminal-minded these people are. I know we can't see the bus them, but me I gonna show you how destructive them guy that is. Them take with the 1.4 billion. We not get no bus fee. Plus the money where them spend could have buy all of the bus them over there. You understand? Yeah, but we don't really want. No, the bus them are cost Jamaican taxpayers because them in a whole heap of crash. Since them come at Jamaica, the government at Jamaica will a whole heap of insurance to private car owners. You understand?
Melting pot.
Yes.
Courtesy of the brilliance of Daryl Vaz.
Definitely. Definitely.
Crazy.
You understand? And when we want them about it, them kick up a hula baloo, up a storm. Like so we don't know what we are talking about, we are witch hunt them. Yeah, but everything what we say, you know, it play out in this movie screen. You understand? Everybody can watch it unfold in front of them eyes. You understand? So we not tell a lie. We wouldn't be here wasting time telling lie. It wouldn't benefit us. So we are said to the Jamaican people, if you don't want good on the nose have to run. You hear me say, if you don't want good on the nose have to run. No, I can tell the people in Jamaica. Jamaica will have the status of independence, but the people are not living that life. Jamaican people are living a dependable life. You understand? On depend on the diaspora, on depend on the politician them. I don't know who not depend on. You understand? Because a country, yeah, that has promised so much and deliver so little is not going anywhere. I hear them come up with all various type of activity plan where them say a framework and then them pass it in policy law. And I know I can't swear to do for Jamaica. 5 in 4, the man them run well left that. The man them run well left that are my people. You know what money them use to stage that event where them make this reference of growing Jamaica 5% in 4 years. Eh? You know, sister, I don't tell. When Nigel Clark there, when Michael Leach in there, even you crash it, the depender board there, when there, the whole of them are criminal. So when we look and identify the culture of the Jamaica Labour Party, it is cause for concern. Because what it does, it do damage to the Jamaica economy. Yeah? And leave the country now in a rather bad state of affair. We are outside intervention now if you intervene in a Jamaica as it relates to travel advisory. I want to come talk something about this tourist guy, I know. But we don't have a time tonight. We have to do that for the next program. Because I hear him talking in Parliament some shit now week, yeah. And I know the shit them, I must see it full up him jaw. Must it make him 2 jaw them kick off. So I'll be a shit now out and I tell peer lie. So we know have to just channel the information as we know it related to the people, the truth of the matter. The whole of them are liars and criminals. They are liars and criminals. Yeah? And Andrew Holness, let me tell you something. You realize now, so winning the election, stealing the election, cannot prevent you from going to prison or face the court. So what you need to do now, yeah? Because I don't think you can shame and embarrass no more, you know. Yeah? You need to relinquish the post of Prime Minister in the country. Tough Tongue need to relinquish the post of Minister of Health. Yeah? Pumbas need to relinquish the post of transport because see that JUTC plunged over $100 billion in a debt, you know. You want to get 450 buses, and right now they're down about 200. About 200. You understand? I would have to put 100 on it when you have to bring it up after that. You see me? I say, I remember this deteriorate under Pumbad administration. Yeah? It deteriorate under administration. You understand? So we have said to the Jamaican people, them say, wise up, my people. Wise up, man. No can't make a man just have a living in shadow, you know. Because I don't know where I live right, I live in under shadow. And it is so unfortunate that the People's National Party supporter have to suffer the same fate. And I'm going to vote for this piece of shit guy. You understand? They never give them support. But they have to bear the consequence of what the labor right them do. Labor right, wise up. The country don't belong to the party. It belongs to you, the people of Jamaica. I want to make some little idiot boy sit down there and enrich themselves at an expense. Them and them family and them picnic. While you not suffer and have to look now with the tie gun there, with the boat gun there. Everything will look like gun. I'll go to make out a cake. I'll go to shape like cake. You not have to look for now. What kind of prime minister we elect? My people, the time is at hand. I remember, time no stand still. I yield back the floor.
All right, well said. You know, who I want to hear, let them hear as it relates to what Melting Pot is saying, quite powerful. Now, let us allow few minutes for calling time for those who want to call in, right, and talk with a Melting Pot, talk with a Mystic Sensation. The number is right there on the screen, right? So we are anticipating to interact with some of our callers, right? So we are asking persons to call in, right? And let us do some interaction.
What are the second, Sir Byron? Lenward, Donovan. No, Donovan. Yeah. And the profit from JUTC, them use and buy the school bus. Them take a $1.4 billion. Yeah. From out of the taxpayers' fund. Yeah. And spend on that. Them a thief up at JUTC, you know. Yeah, man. Because remember, I pay labor right, them employ up them, you know, 90% of our work, their labor. And them thief gas oil, them thief a lot of things. Them thief the money. I remember some big wigs the man put up there, so. Man like Owen Ellington did it. Man like Ratcliffe Lewis Broom, him did it. And many more big man, retired man, if you go inside the park and put young people there, there's a syndicate them around, so the whole of them rob the money, my brother. But, you know, time will tell. Yes, sir, B. All
right. And to my brethren, Mikey, that I met in Jamaica, right? I'm a brethren that from way back when. Mikey, me know you're listening right now. Big up yourself, Mikey. Right? Love that. Right? So we're still waiting for people to call in. Right? We're giving another minute or two. If no one calling in, then we come to the end of the program. And remember, later will be greater. Talking about the Titan boss, right? Along with Melting Pot, along with Mystic Sensation. Right? Yeah, you don't want to miss that show. Right? Okay, all right. We have our first caller here online. Let us go to our first caller. Yes, caller, you reach Mystic Sensation. You're on. Hello. can you turn off the device in the background, my dear?
Sorry.
No, take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my dear.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Oh, hi. I'm just asking God to keep you guys true, to help us, because I went to Kingston a couple of days back, and it's like it's in a desert.
Yes.
So it's fragile. The whole country mash up. It's mash up. It's like everybody is in a mourning. So me ask God to keep all of you guys to help us go through this desolate time. Yes.
All right. We really thank you and appreciate that, you know, really appreciate that.
Yes. And you are keep up Jamaica. Who know keep up Jamaica? It's about 6 to 8 hours.
Yes.
Who know keep up Jamaica? Because it's like if we not listen to one, we break down every day.
Yes.
Yes. And God go with you.
Thank you.
Do want to fast because we are run out of time, or run out of break, run out of everything. And there is more water than flour.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And respect.
Yes. Thank you for calling. Really appreciate that.
Yes.
All right. Now, when we get call like those melting pot,
Yeah.
right, it give us the energy, right? Because we are in this, right? Because we love Jamaica. We love our brothers and sisters, right? And I'm telling you, right, what we want back in the days, right, when every Jamaican feel proud to be a Jamaican, right?
Sure.
Now, we have never seen this in our political history, right? We are the one who expected to protect us. Remember, the Prime Minister automatically hold the responsibility of the Chief of Defense.
Definitely.
Automatically. And here we put someone at the helm of our politics to defend us, to look out for us, to preserve the laws of the land. But yet, the Prime Minister is taking his own Integrity Commission investigators to court.
What can go so?
The Prime Minister want the judge, right, to eliminate the Illicit Corruption Act as it relates to the Corruption Act. No, like seriously, like really seriously, the Prime Minister shouldn't have even gone there or even thinking about something like that.
No, should have never.
No one tell the Prime Minister to involve in what the Prime Minister involved in. He decided that he is going to, hold on, the next caller is coming in, right? Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation. Please go ahead.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon, Mystic, and good afternoon to the man from London.
All right, that is melting pot.
Big up yourself, my brother. Enough respect.
My place.
Yes.
Go live America. Yeah, Mystic, I want to make a comment.
Yes.
See what's going on in Jamaica? If you notice, the most important rules are not being addressed, such as when Andrew pass him touch anything if corruption. Him no pass no strong law for corruption, because he's involved in corruption. And next thing that's passing the Jamaican people, is them to realize, it's not only Andrew get 300%, Andrew give the judges, the top police, the permanent secretary, Andrew give all of him friends them money to corrupt the system.
True.
And then you have junior people coming along, like when them do the special thing and them train them some special police in a 8 to 6 week. And a whole heap of them in a top position now, and it's all over.
Yeah.
Why you think important politician, Andrew said, you should ask them to resign.
I'm gonna see that way there.
Year, no 60 year. The
I
politician
prison them to go.
who when them steal from the public first, them robbing the entire country. So that's my 2 cents, my brother.
Well, that is not
You're
2
right.
cents, you know, that is dollar. And I am going to break down what I said because that is dollar. That don't look like a 2 cent to me.
Okay, well, if it's the dollar, it must be when we have the pound I use at Jamaica.
All right.
The shilling.
All right. So let me go and break down the
Alright.
dollar, what you said. Yeah, blessings.
All right.
Now, what the caller just said, the caller said something important.
Very much so.
Because Andrew Holness administration has not strengthened, right, any laws as it relates to corruption. As a matter of fact,
No.
Andrew Holness administration want to break it down melting pot. So what the caller is just said, right, the caller is 100% correct.
Yeah, tell you.
Because we have seen the Prime Minister on pursuit asking the judge to cancel the Corruption Act that deals with illicit and enrichment. So again, when I also done my research, right, and that is how Christopher Tufton, right, escaped through the gap, because there is no laws that have to deal with nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery as it relates to penalty and fine. That is not embedded in the law. So it is not like, okay, all right, nepotism is in the Constitution, cronyism and skullduggery, right, is in this Constitution. So then, what the caller just said, we need more robust laws to eliminate corruption, you know. You understand?
True.
Your take on it, melting pot.
Well, you know, 100%, yeah, is what we need. More robust law. You understand? If we go and curb corruption and have a deterrent.
What is the melting pot? What is the melting pot? I have another caller. Let because for them session this, you know. Yes, caller, you're on here, Mystic Sensation. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, Bowler in the building, over Mystic Sensation.
Big up, Bowler.
Bless up yourself, Bowler, my general.
Why may I tell you the call I just touched upon a thing a while ago, but
Yes.
what more have I said still? Something I realize, we kind of disagree with it when it comes to not blaming the Jamaican people. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because you see all of the comrades them will take money and vote,
Yes.
they allow themselves to be bribed. You understand?
Yes.
You can't blame Andrew and in government and whoever, but we have to level some blame to the people. And you see the people them were die-hearted now to the JLP and vote for them. I have to blame them as well, because here are the argument I hear from most of them. Their idea is that both of the party them is the same thing. The two of them corrupt and the two of them thieves. So allow Andrew make him thief. And this are the consensus among the people.
Whoa.
Understand what I say? If you really listen to people in the space, in the local space now, and talk to people on the road and even on some conversations that happen on like TikTok, that is the consensus that I have gathered and understanding. It's not that the people them don't know or don't believe say Andrew a thief, you know. It's that them no business, because them rather have him as the thief than a PMP running the country and a thief, because them feel say the whole of them a thief.
All right. What's this now? Sorry to cut your bowler, but I'm going to say something.
Yeah,
you understand? And I am going to take some position in terms of what you're saying and strengthen in terms of what you're saying as well. Yes, I do agree that some amount of blame need to level as it relates to citizens taking responsibility, right, as it relates to voting for Andrew Holness, allow themselves to be corrupted. But that is a minuscule portion, and that is one of the reasons why I don't really address it. But I am not going to dismiss it, because what you said is right.
True.
However, when it comes to a one-on-one conversation as it relates to the history of the politics bowler, and where I take it in terms of platforms like this, platform like your platform like my platform, and several other platforms that are out there, I do believe that the onus rests on our shoulder to educate, one, go into the history, because when it comes to, okay, someone having a conversation and saying that, okay, all right, both parties are the same, then I would like to have dialogue with that particular person in saying, okay, all right, show me as it relates to not hearsay, not someone tell you this or someone tell you that, but show me in the political history where your line of argument becomes substantive and where your line of argument based on the political record is giving evidence to say, yes, both parties are the same. Because that is where I go with them, you know. When someone is arguing that PNP and GLP are the same, I said, okay, all right, let us reason rationally. Let us take the reasoning now to what we call political history and recorded documents. Now, I can show you, right, the recorded documents that from 1954 until we speak 2025, since me and you are speak, we have seen where several Jamaica Labour Party members of parliament put through the judiciary system and found guilty. So I will ask that person, okay, since I present that to you as it relates to my facts, can you show me a facts where People's National Party member of parliament put through the judiciary, right, and found guilty and sent to prison? You see where I'm going with the rational reasoning, Bolo?
Yeah, but you see, we are dealing with some people and deal with the rational, and that's the problem. Because to some individual evidence and facts you are going to bring forth, they are going to accept it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are dealing with people die-hearted like some of these laborers, that's why I see why I want to call them dunce, you know. Because I remember presenting evidence in front of people to show them that what Andrew's stance is on the colorful community, like I call them.
Yes.
That interview that he did with Morning British. And I literally play with the man, and the man said, no, but I know that the man mean. I said, what do you mean? I said, Richard, I big people, I tell you about it.
Yes.
The man them is so locked in our delusional mindset where I wonder if they under one spell. Because you are giving me right information, you are giving them the evidence in front of them, and them still come to a next conclusion.
I want to tell you something, Bolo.
So it's serious.
Let me give you a word of advice. I don't try under no circumstances that I'm going to try to someone who is die-hearted. Because number one, by the very mere means of you being die-hearted, it simply means that you're not on a rational program. So how am I going to try to deal with you? Because you're not on a rational program. You're die-hearted. So simply means your die-heartedness is saying, you know, that whether your party wrong or right, you're just GLP. So then we can't go reason with you. I'm not going to spend no time reason with you. You know the type of people who I want to reason with? Persons who are really searching for the truth, Bolo. Persons who lost in between might be as it relates to the age era. And let me define that. Said for persons who were born in the 60s, right, going up to said 80s, them have a record of time because of their physical experience. Now, the gap that created through the evolution of the politics as it relates to people that born in the 80s and 90s, right? And they really don't know, right? As it relates to the history of Michael Manley, right? The history of Edward Seaga and so forth, right? I will take the time in terms of explaining, right? That level of history, right? To bring them up to speed. Now, the younger generation, and that's why it is important, Bolo, for us. Let me say this, because let me say something to you, Bolo. A lot of people don't understand how powerful a platform is as it relates to a media platform like your platform, my platform, Melting Pot, right? Lonesome, and many more, right? That it comes with influence and people listen to you. And what you want to do, you want to make sure that your delivery of your information has to be based, you understand, on facts. Because if I'm going to talk about something, Bolo, right, and I don't have the evidence or the source of the information, I'm not going to speak on it. A lot of people send me things, right, and I will tell them plain, right, do you have the evidence to back up what you are telling me? Because if you don't have the evidence, right, to support what you are saying, I am not going to speak on it. Right? And so then everything that we are presenting, and let me say this to all Jamaican people. I am a professional investigator, Bolo. And remember, I am not being partial. I also investigate, deep investigation as it relates to Mark Golding. And Bolo, without any prejudice, I found nothing. And that is one of the reasons why I have to call him the integrity boss. Because the man dotted.
I remember when I revealed that, yeah?
Yes, the man dotted all the I's to me, crossed all the T's. Right? And so then it is facts. So it is not like I am defending Mark Golding because Mark Golding is a PNP. I am defending Mark Golding based on merit, based on the man's character. No two way about it. And then I don't hesitate in terms of defending Mark Golding. And number one, Bolo, a lot of people don't even understand this. That there is no member of parliament, Bolo, that had passed or worked on the so much legislation that Mark Golding had worked on. Mark Golding has worked tirelessly to bring Jamaica to a point where we can be extremely civilized and the true purpose of democracy. All right, let me just bring in.
An example of what you're talking about is what he just did with all of these MPs, the signing the code of conduct, and also them having to let their statutory declaration be public. Last thing I want to say.
Yes.
I love how you deal with the GG because may I tell you.
Thank you.
That article there, me read the article there and I say, yo, what kind of style business this are going? 3 important people at the IC. What could have been the real reason for this man to hold up the IC?
Sabotage.
You understand?
Yes.
It's weird. It's weird. So I love how you deal with that. Respect.
Thank you very much, Bolo. Melting pot. Blessings. Hold on. Bolo. Okay, melting pot. Come in. Melting pot. Oh, melting pot.
Bolo. Okay,
yeah.
melting pot.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You melting pot. You must want to talk on this.
Me, I hear you.
Yeah, man. Now, we were addressing the situation with the caller. That caller and talking about Andrew Holness not passing, firm laws to make the Integrity Commission investigators, particularly where they are concerned, to make it more robust for them and even strengthening the Corruption Act. Because what Andrew Holness should be working on nepotism, cronyism, and work on the impeachment so that politicians can be impeached, right? We don't have to wait until 5 years to kick them out of office. Yes, what say you on the info?
Remember, Andrew Holness even used a very damning, suggestion that, them know a 70 year you're supposed to have it for.
Yes.
You understand, before you can expose what them do, because them are public servant. When the man that dead before you expose what them do, it not have no relevance to nobody.
Exactly.
So say Andrew a criminal, because Andrew try to find all type of various means for, put forward film suggestion as it relates to protecting those criminals that you see is around him plus himself. So we know, say, we not listen to Andrew no more. Andrew a shit. And him just know, say, him for go away. You understand? We're tired of Andrew now, Because Andrew don't pass the law, as the caller say, as it relates to corruption and how you go deal with corruption. Andrew pass law pan toddler, pan mother, pan father, pan grandmother, auntie, uncle, him a pass law pan the society. The underprivileged society who don't have no privilege in them country of birth. Yes. But the big neck, the white neck criminal, them where you see I go around the place where I take the billions and the millions and him not have nothing to do with them. I hear the nasty just shit minister, Delroy nasty garbage truck, come out and talk about for expunge cocaine. When a man sell cocaine, it kill, ganja not kill nobody. You watch all the building them go up and see how much weed man depend them. The music them a make. Yeah, and you know, it's no weed man out there a roll in a road, take off them clothes and I do all them stupid things with the cocaine do. You can't expunge nobody we run cocaine in our place, because cocaine a killer. Yeah, you can't expunge the man with them little weed thing and some little simple thing like, you know, felonious wounding and all them thing there. Clean up the record. But anything to do with cocaine, you're mad. I'm big boy friend, them want to release and clean up them record. Man like James Roberts, yeah, when we in a WikiLeaks, when father have to pay over land, him drug habit. Yeah, the man the thing for them on them record. You understand? So we know send them a try with us bend the law to suit themselves. So we don't want even have nothing to do with them garbage there, no, sir. We want to just ram home the message to the people. Yeah, exactly. Because you have some, as the bowler said, just a grown and I say, boy, yeah, the two parties are the same. Them not no clue, no knowledge. Yeah? Because it is there in front of them, you know. No PMP member of parliament ever got prison the thief. None of them never mix up in a Ponzi scheme either. No. You know, hear them name called from Ponzi scheme.
Hold on a melting pot. Let me take a call here. Hold on a melting pot. Hold on the pot. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live.
Bless up, sir.
Blessings, my brother.
Yeah, bless up melting pot and the whole audience and bless up your wife and thing, brother.
Big up yourself, my brother.
Yeah, man. I agree with the little ball of them. I agree with everything, brother. Labor right there, the hardest people to hold a conversation with.
Remember me tell you.
I have no labor right for me. I tell you, brother. Just like when I tell the ball, I say, I show the man the facts with all some agreement before the man every day say, I make copy.
Yes.
I show the man me facts. Me say, see, you go on Camila John to page and show the man. The man say, a trade deal. The man find everything to justify it.
Yeah, man, I boon at them, man. Me not really spend no time with them, you know. Trust me.
No, sir. These virgin, these people to all a reason with. I tell you, man. This thing, not my two me have to say, man.
All right.
Myself and continue good work, man. The whole works we learn some ratty God.
Yes.
Brother, if I don't know. Brother, if I don't know, brother.
Blessings, my brother.
The next one, me have to say, what we can't do about the water gun now, brother, me fed panina. Because me can't get up and a man can just throw a piece of wood over me and I get up and get 15 years, you know. That's how wicked is in here, but if I'm bad, you know.
Well, that is true. That is true.
Yes, where the Jamaican people are after.
Remember, you know, man, you have no friends of going in the sky, you know, you live on people, you know.
Yeah.
The people.
All right, caller. Well on the caller. Caller, melting pot has something. Make him talk.
The people in Jamaica have to rise up against this type of law where Andrew Holness a pass. It have to be a concerted effort where people take it to him. Andrew a shit. Andrew can't get nobody to talk no more. You understand? And them liar, whoever passed this law into bill, you need to understand, say, yeah, this not gonna win. Because right now, Andrew can be sued by tie manufacturing company for bring them tie into disrepute. I want to make him know that. So if him don't know me, I tell him. Yeah? Because if and when the time comes, these company like Ties R Us and these company, they will sue the shit out of Andrew to bring them product into disrepute. How can you put 15 years on a tie gun and treat it like a normal gun? Like a proper firearm. You know, see Andrew a shit. Andrew a shit. Him to go one side. Go one side, man. Too much time now. We're tired of him to just leave the place and go and where I go. Too much destruction. Right. Yeah, man.
All right, Carla. Yes, Carla, go ahead. Okay. All right.
You never listen to Carla?
Him say never you why say melting pot.
Yes, Carla. Let me say it again.
You have something in the background that is sort of distracting. I need to turn it off.
Fun.
Oh, yeah. It give a feedback.
Jamaican people have you know, come together in a unity and rub out this.
All right. Exactly. All right. All right. Listen.
Police get too much power now, man. Police can just stop you and put a water gun. Yes, them put a magazine, put a any boat gun by your road. No, we not safe.
Yeah, true.
We fret panic. We not safe, brother. We fret panic. And first thing, you know, no camera feed yourself and feed them where them I believe, you know, over you, you know.
Exactly.
Me fret panic.
All right. We are here to make sure we offer some protection, you know. We are here. We are not going anywhere.
Yeah,
All right. Bless up yourself, my brother.
bless up yourself, man, and do the good work, brother.
All right, cool.
Listen, man, continue, man. Love, respect.
Blessings, my brother. All right, Melting Pot, you know, so we're all right. We have to get back to Titan, so we have to hurry up on the school zone.
Yeah.
You understand? All right, so we just want to say big thanks to the people passing through, right? And, you know, want to say, come in, rope in for the Titan. Melting Pot.
Yeah, my brother.
Close us out.
As you know, I want love and peace and courage and goodwill to all men and women, yeah? Who is standing up for the right cause, yeah? Who is standing up against corruption and who want to see a better Jamaica. And you don't know, we're up on the Titans later on, so tune in for more information. Out.
All right, blessings. My Jamaican people, that's it. And let me say again, let me reiterate again. Big thanks for passing through. Big thanks for the continuous support of the energy. We love it. And we see you later on the Titan. Walk good. Blessings. All right. Melting Pot, I'm out.
You got the brother. Out.
All right.
So why you come to me with that foolishness, you know? You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.